minion at him.
Okay.
They killed the guy by throwing the minion at them, Chris.
Oh, remind me, Chris, isn't there one of the epic spells is like you summon an unkillable army or something?
Something like that. I can't remember. Hold on. I'll look it up after.
There's some real bullshit.
I'll look it
and I
up
love
during
it.
break or after the session and go through more of them. But there are some interesting ones. Gavin's the real MVP. He made 3 spells.
Oh, which one are Gavin's?
The Gavin's Volcano. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
What's up now? You've got.
You know you're a powerful wizard when you.
Oh no, not
say it.
Gavin.
How cool
I'll be back
Mavin.
in a moment.
Mavin's Create
Mavin.
Volcano, Mavin's Earthfast, and Mavin's World. Earthfast.
All of those sound maddeningly
Earthfast
powerful.
is 10th level. The spell was originally created to allow continued mining of areas that would otherwise be too dangerous to mine. A casting of Mavin's Earthfast made large areas of underground tunnels impervious to cave-ins and similar disasters. Its use was later adapted to preserve important areas of cities. Fair enough. And then
Wait,
Mavin's World.
you do realize that essentially means he's made an anti-earthquake spell, right?
Yeah, I know. And
Jesus.
Mavin's World Weave, which was 11th level. With this spell, an arch wizard could alter the climate of a circular area 35 miles. A circular area 35 miles, 56 kilometers in radius, even larger for more experienced casters. Right? It's a high level casting is like additional 20 miles or something. The caster could target the center of the spell at any point within their field of vision. One casting of the spell modified the climate 1 step to the following spectrum, going Arctic, subarctic, temperate, subtropic, and tropic. Additional steps require additional castings of the spell. Components
Good
include
fucking
verbal
God.
and material components, but the details of the material components were lost to history. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well.
So I like how Mavin here was just like, I'm just going to control the fucking earth now. There. This place is a little chilly. All right. Always summer. Also, anti-earthquake. Also, giant fuck-off volcano wherever I like.
So you want to make a vacation home? Well, I'm just going to use a volcano underwater to make an island. Then I'm going to make it so that it's
completely
indestructible.
impervious.
And then I'm going to change its climate. Hooray! This is my vacation home that I created.
Oh, you know that guy like definitely like has like an entire list of spells somewhere because you don't just stop at that.
There are other epic spells that they were apparently part of other realms, but they are otherwise unknown of. They have really uninteresting names like Hellball, Pestilence. I mean, Damnation's not bad. Dragon Knight, oh, fun. Page does not exist. Oh, so all of these red ones don't exist. So Pestilence is the only recorded one.
Jesus.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So yeah, there aren't too many amazing ones here. I mean, it's Cataract of Fire. Level epic. Great. Doesn't have a level.
Helpful.
Alright. Anyway, back on track. Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a week. It's been more than a week actually, but you know. But we are back for D&D. So, I am here with my players. Sudz.
Hello.
Harlan.
Hello.
Sam. He said he was be right back, so I'll expect him to be away. But he is here. Simon.
Hello.
Jamie.
Yo.
And Infernal. Okay, he is here. Good. Alright. So yes. Usual announcements, thank you to Sasha for the art, tabletop audio for the free audio, music, etc. This is all done on Tabletop Simulator. Any non-combat maps like this one were done on Incarno.com, which recently saw a little bit of an upgrade, which I like. And combat maps, such as this one, were done on Dungeon Creator Studio. That's all there is to it. Welcome to the Dawn Seekers, we shall begin. So, last session, our party of adventurers Elsyan, Queglod, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, and Rook. After their previous encounter with the Prince of Blood, they discovered that one of the places he had to go was the Bastion of Rust. After a little bit of an adventure into the ravine, they made their way to the Bastion of Rust. Making their way there, they travelled across days of forest. In a matter of hours, thanks to the Windwalk spell. Upon arriving at the site, they proceeded to discover that the Prince of Blood had broken the seal and made his way in. And in an attempt to stop him, they found that he managed to successfully bring back the Blind Butcher. The party did what they could, sending him away and otherwise learning of the restoration of the ley line, but not before Bern was ultimately killed. As the party otherwise remained in a mournful state, they carried his body back, making their way back to Golodon, before eventually they managed to revive him thanks to a Raise Dead spell, turning him back to being a vampire and allowing him to carry on his life as he wished to before. During this time, Bern learned various things during his dream and the things that were said, and the party now stands on the peak of a new day. They've asked their questions, I believe. Yep, you asked your questions of the lady who owns the tavern, and you were otherwise exploring the town when various things were discovered. Elsyan has learned how to smith. He is now a smither, and he is now capable of smithing.
I can make basic shit.
Yep. Malcom discovered, or proceeded to otherwise talk to the guards and recall the information that otherwise happened, which is going to later be reviewed, various matters that happened there. Bern was resting up in the tavern, as he is otherwise very weak and didn't want to risk going out. And Rook has returned with the remainder of the party, as with all but Bern, you stand in the central forge room. You can hear the sounds of individuals working, the hammering against iron on the anvil, the bellowing of the forges, as people are going about their business and making things. As tomorrow is the first day of the Orum's festival. A very important festival for dwarven culture, but here in this city, it is a very welcome tradition. So the party is otherwise standing there with the current intent, I believe, of going and speaking to the man known as the Living Fortress.
Yes. Where the hell did I write this all down?
Who was that, sorry?
His name was... Let's see.
If he's the dwarf guy that we
Yes,
spoke to,
the dwarf
grey hair,
individual
grey
you
beard.
spoke to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we'd already spoken to him.
No, you were just about to when I stopped the session.
Just about to. Okay. And by us, I mean Rook was.
I mean, everybody but Bern's there at the moment, so yes.
Fair enough.
Oh yes, I remember. I was not involved in that session.
You were involved?
You were resurrected and then you went back to bed.
Huh? What? 5 more minutes.
A day later. So, Rook.
Hey, one sec. Hang on. I haven't even got tabletop loaded. I'm eating.
I see.
Makes 2 of us. We're good at this. We're professionals.
Look,
Yeah.
every good D&D group needs to have food at their disposal at all times.
It's so integral to D&D. It's mentioned multiple times in the DMG. Bring snacks.
I'm
I'm
not wrong.
That says, and James says, get your players to do things for you that do not require being the DM, such as bringing snacks to a session. It specifies snacks.
Right.
Just knows that Whistle Coast know their audience and know we don't care about our diet.
What had to...
They could be healthy snacks.
Oh, fuck off. They're not expecting healthy snacks. They're expecting Doritos and salsa at most.
My apologies, I am returned. What has occurred?
We're talking
I
about
have
Talking
snacks.
about snacks
notes.
and how snacks are integral to D&D.
Well, no, only at designated snack breaks.
No,
No.
all the time.
Oh, no.
Nah, I'm fucking with you, absolutely. Apart from crisps.
No, if you put the crisps in a bowl.
Fuck my life!
Need I remind you
rather
of the
not.
crunch, 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 crunch?
There we go.
Although I
Oh.
will say it wasn't as good as when I when
I added my Bombay potato cheese balls to the bowl.
fairs. It wasn't as bad as my prawn cracker based dominance.
Anyway, focus on the session. So,
Never.
Bern, for the sake
No.
of this, do you want to join the party or do you want to be in bed?
That's fine. I'll be in bed.
Not
My
bad.
notebook
You'll be,
somewhere.
you'll be in the bed.
Okay.
So,
Hello, we're back.
yeah, we're back.
No.
Hello.
No,
So,
no, sorry. Elton saying to this bloke, hello, I'm back.
oh, you approaching him then?
Fuck it, as no one else seems to be.
You.
Sorry, I'm looking
fine.
for notebook. I have not found them.
As
Okay,
you wander up to him, he otherwise stands there talking to the forge docker there, and who was otherwise training. As you approach, he turns back to you. Ah, so you've returned.
Yes, I was more guiding across my Minotaur friend who seems to be looking for things right now, and I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Hi!
There he is.
I am looking through my mind vault for notes I stored for another day. Alas, the mind vault is shut and I cannot find said notes. So here I am, and I would like access to the Promethean Forge, I think is what I'm looking for.
What's your name?
Rook Iron Fist.
They are the one if we were told about who'd enter the city.
Yes, I've come to
I
claim
forget who's with him right now.
Everyone but Bern.
everyone. Yes. Oh, fuck me. Why have I got so many goddamn notebooks? Alright, I'm just winging it. I give up. So, yes,
Dark side.
Wait, you sounded like a DM for a moment then.
it's madness. I've got 8 books in front of me and I don't know what
that
book I've
moment
got
of
the notes in.
Fucking I'll wing it. I love it.
Jeez. Yes, I've come to try and gain access to the Promethean Flame to, well, unlock the next part of the axe.
What led you here? I may ask.
Well, the axe to start with, but secondly...
Yes, I understood that. Where'd you hear it from? They always seem to be different.
A fortune teller, believe it or not.
Oh, dang. One.
Yeah. So, no, there was a Promethean flame, and then I found that. Then I saw my granddad when I died, and he mentioned the flame, and yeah, it was. There's been multiple arrows pointing towards this place for the Promethean flame, whether that's through psychics or dead.
Talon mentioned that one of your individuals raised one of your friends from the dead after a day. Very impressive magic, if I must say so. Which one amongst you was it?
That was me. But it wasn't too much. Just a bit of raised dead, Not.
Still strong magic.
I don't like to brag.
Yes,
It's certainly
you do.
helpful. No, that's you, Elsyan.
I mean,
You
yes,
like
I
to
do too,
brag.
but I know you like to brag as well. Yeah, brag offs.
Now, this is
but
the thing which keeps elves and dwarves in good check. City.
And I friendly banter.
There's nothing friendly about it.
Oh, hush up, you. He's just grumpy because he hasn't had his breakfast.
I've had my breakfast. I'm very, very fastidious about food. Never mind.
Love you too, Elsyan.
Love you
Anyway,
too.
yes. You know, we're all surprisingly competent. Might I ask who told you about was it you said Talon was the one who told you about the resurrection of our buddy?
Yeah, Talon told me about it. Said that there were some interesting folk in town, and that including the Minotaur, probably an Iron Fist, hey, and and the rest of you, and said that you'd brought a body and it was to be resurrected after all that's happened. You've restored the forest to us, as Talon has suggested was probably you. He's also mentioned that you resurrected a guy, one of your fallen friends, and that one of you is an Iron Fist. So far, you're leaving a pretty good impression, especially seeing as one of your friends here, the elf, is interested in smithing.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Well, actually, we're all quite interested in smithing. Obviously, Rook here has given it a bit of a whirl, being he's an Iron Fist. I'm a smith myself, Sasha Smashfist. The friend we resurrected, Bern, is another smith, and like you said, Elsyan here is learning. Honestly, at this point, we should probably like make it part of our whole shtick that we're
You can't forget about Malcom. Malcom doesn't smith, but could smith.
Well, yeah, he has a drake.
Malcom,
He has a big.
I'm smith.
He has
No.
a drake.
No.
Oh,
No,
we should teach him to smith.
no.
Hey,
Oh, you to smith. Shall bend you to my will like pieces of iron. I know things about smithing now.
one of us.
Quite
One
excited
of
of that.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Sam,
Oh,
I figured out a
God.
new contract. You must make jokes of every new proficiency you get.
Oh
I
dear.
will. I will.
Oh god.
As long as at the end of this I can get that suitcase, I'm happy.
Okay.
Ugh.
Alright, well, is your friend not going to want to be here then? I get the dying as it's told, but is he not going to want to be here?
He just thought it better he rest.
If he's a smith, he's going to want to see the Promethean flame. I mean,
Oh.
he's still got to go through the test, pointing at Rook. Hopefully you put up more of a fight than your grandfather did.
Huh. You fought my grandfather.
I fought all of them. All a bunch of
Wow.
wimps. Most of them.
How old are you?
Me? Where's his
So
age?
incredibly rude. I have
Hold
to
on.
ask. But,
Is there a way we can try and guess his age like we did?
Alright, everyone roll me a d20. I will say, given its age, it will be based on insight, but I'm going to say roll me a wisdom checks. So everybody is a little bit more of an even playing field, seeing as that's fine. Whatever you rolled now.
Well, because I was mashing R and it wasn't doing anything. It's like, oh, that's weird. I guess the server is. And then it turns out it was.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It did
I'll
just
do
lag.
exactly the same.
crashed.
Chuck.
Crashing is just spicy lag.
Nice. Yeah.
Not
In
wrong.
fact, you know what? I like that. I'm going to take that. Whenever something crashes. Oh, it's just
Spicy
spicy lag.
So, what were your rolls then?
What were
yes.
we
Wait,
rolling?
were supposed to roll?
Wisdom. So Sasha, you got
Oh.
a 2.
Excellent.
Hey, you crashed, okay? You have no verification of that.
I got 4.
I mean,
Please
See,
roll
I would-
again.
I would argue, but I got a 16.
okay,
which is
I will
decent
say
roll.
this. Harlan gets a reroll if Malcolm and Elsyan, you both have to reroll as well.
Ah, damn it.
I get a 21. No.
I got a
Oh, wait,
24.
sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Harlan,
No,
you got a 2.
A 19. So I was looking at my
Because
six.
technically, you guys never saw your rolls either.
I saw mine. As soon just before you crashed, I saw that mine ended up as an 18.
Oh well. So, Tasha, you got a 2.
Can't. Yeah.
Sad times.
Hey. Hey, if it's in consolation, I wish it was a history check because I know my family, so I'd have a rough idea of how old he'd be. But It's not. It's wisdom, and
Oh,
I
you
got
don't
4.
you don't look a day over 105.
I'm not that
He
young.
still looks like probably still a child in
So,
11 years.
how old is he?
So,
Okay, I'm still a
for
child.
those
in
of you
11
who
years.
rolled very well, 20 and higher, you know that he's somewhere in his 280s, in his late 200s. For those of you who rolled low, he's somewhere at 200 or older.
Okay, I got a 19. Where do I stand in that?
You know that he's somewhere in his very late 200s.
So
Noted. Wow, he's actually older than me.
I'm guessing you're like in your
Late 200s.
180.
Yeah,
Ish.
close. 286.
Wow, actually older than me.
Yay, getting along quite fine. But yeah, I've seen your grandfather, your father before him, and your grandfather before him.
Oh Jesus, that is a lot of people.
Look, I've seen your whole family, basically. I know what they're like. Skipped a couple of
You've seen more of
generations.
my family than I know of.
Yeah, well, beauty of being a dwarf and fighting them over and over again. Gets boring after a while. You always seem to use the same tricks. Although then again, you've only got one weapon to use, so, you know.
Yeah, somewhat limiting.
Is this not... Okay, is this just Master Roshi here? Just... I know everything you do. I don't even know why I picked Master Roshi. That was not even...
Right. Alright, so if you want to do the test, you can do it now, or you can wait for your friend. Either way.
Has anyone heard from? Hang on. How did we contact friend? Did we
Uh,
contact friend?
I will send Featherwing to him and see if he wants to or not.
Okay.
If he could...
Okay. Feathering begins to make his way through the city. Given the Feathering will have to fly there, it will take Feathering about 20 minutes to make it there and back. So,
Couldn't we send a sending? There's no.
you could, but Feathering's just left, so.
Good.
Bye,
I mean,
Featherwing.
he just left, but I could call him back. Whatever you guys want to do.
Sending would probably be faster.
Mm.
I don't understand how sending works. That's the Sasha thing, isn't it?
Sending would send it to him, but the reason I sent Featherwing is just in case he wants to, Featherwing can guide him to us.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
It's in the center
Yeah,
of town with the big furnace where he came from. It's not like it's somewhere he'd get lost in.
Honestly, if you're in this party, getting lost is a very real possibility.
It is.
Fair enough.
I'm lost in my own mind.
Apparently.
I could probably help you sort that out, if I'm honest.
No, I do not want you in my mind, Elsyan. Oh my god.
Why
dude.
not?
Because I wouldn't trust you in my mind. I would either break you or you would break me.
I am hurt, offended, and impressed that you figured out the truth so quickly.
Yeah, I've seen your fuckery.
Yeah, most of the time it does turn brains to mush and comes out the ears. I get that. I'm just saying I could help at some point.
No. I think I'll pass on your offer, but thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah. Okay, so we've got a Featherwing on the go.
Alright.
Then apparently, or are we gonna do a send out? I'm really confused.
I
Featherweight.
don't know. I'm waiting for
Featherwing.
Sasha to say
Featherwing.
something.
Oh no, I'm waiting on you lot to decide. I'm done.
You're
Send
the one
the
that's gonna
Featherwing.
do the sending.
I can do sending, but you gotta decide whether you want to do that or whether you want to do the featherwing.
Just send
thing.
Featherwing.
All right,
I'm making a decision.
fine. One person says
No.
Featherwing. Featherwing it
Someone
is.
has made a decision. Thank you.
Okay.
Why can't this party make decisions?
I don't know.
Why?
Okay.
Simon, speak. We need you.
So, Feathering flies to where Bern is. Flying to the tavern, Feathering flies in, up the stairs, into the room, and
I just realized Infernal's not here.
It's not?
Nope.
Where'd he go? Well, I got a message. Power outage again. Oh. You send Featherwing. As Featherwing arrives and returns, Featherwing comes back with... He didn't want to come, said he was sleeping. You'll see it tomorrow or something.
Lazy.
Uh,
Fine.
How dare we're out here enjoying the day, and he's just asleep. Someone might thought he died or something. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
that's the thing that happened.
Just being tragic, isn't he?
Just dramatic. And that's coming from me. He's being overly dramatic.
He's worrying when it's coming from Elsyan.
So, now you've got yourselves together, are you wanting to do the fight now, or are you wanting to do it tomorrow?
We'll do it now. Let's just get this out of the way, get this done, because I think we've got drinking to do at some point.
Drinking's tomorrow. But, yeah, fair enough. Alright then. He stretches and goes, alright, we'll head to the arena. Not far from here.
Right. Okay.
He turns and otherwise heads to the back area and goes, oh, no. You stay here, I'm gonna get my stuff. Meet you in the arena. It's, let's see, head south of town, just a little ways from where we currently are. You'll eventually see it.
Okay.
Malcolm's good with directions. He's got this.
Uh-oh.
I'd like whoever's leading to make me a survival check, please.
Malcolm's good with directions. He's got this.
Malcolm's good with directions. He's got this.
Malcolm's making the roll.
Malcolm's making it wrong.
Nope, nothing. Why don't I get the roll on that one? Survival, let's see. Minus 1.
Malcolm.
That's still 6.
Malcolm.
On a nat 1, it's still 6. With the minus
It's
5
still
penalty. Okay. You begin to head south. You reach the tavern. Like, okay, fair enough. And you think you'll go in and you might talk to Bern and all that. You're all looking that way and looking at the tavern. And then you walk right on by. You eventually reach the south side of south side of town and the wall. At which point you realise you've gone too far. So you turn back around and head back the way you've come. This time, instead of looking at the tavern, you look on the opposite side of the road where there's a large arena.
We walked past it.
See, we were talking about Bern, and I was thinking of just making him come anyways, but then I got distracted. But we're here.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's just go for it. I mean, I'm clearly not in any mental state to make any judgments today, so...
As you head inside, you see some guards otherwise waiting there, as well as what you recognise as Church of Steel members. Otherwise wearing their ceremonial armour, some individuals sat down, the shaved heads of most of them. As you wander in, you are greeted by them as they gesture and they take you through to the large arena. As you go in through it, the sights are familiar to that of a similar design to one in Adamanthia, but instead of being a white stone, it's more of a grey stone with more of a brassy iron architecture alongside it, similar to that of the surrounding buildings and the architecture here in Golodon. The air is otherwise dry, a light breeze rushes past as you enter into the arena, and you hear a voice shout, "You really are bad at directions, aren't you?"
No.
Told you!
Yes.
Stupid that one.
I'll make sure to have a guard escort you next time.
Thanks.
Oh, I can do that.
I think we should be fine. I think it's just that the problem is we left one of the shortest guys, not the shortest, but one of, to, direct us. Mind you saying that. I walked past it too and I didn't see it, so...
Well, the shortest, like the shortest fuse?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Alright. You watch he is wearing a very plain but otherwise heavy plate armor. You see he is leaning on what looks to be a very large tower shield. and otherwise has only a simple weapon, otherwise armed on his person, which is hidden behind the tower shield. The armor he wears is heavy and undecorated, but at the same time it carries a weight of power with it.
Interesting. Right.
So,
okay.
we'll do a fight. The rest of your friends stand out of the way. This is just to prove that you're going to be able to do this. Here are the conditions. You can defeat me. Not necessarily take me down, but to the point where I'm willing to concede. Then you're worthy to see the Promethean flame. If not, then I'll kick your ass.
Nice.
This will be entertaining either way. Sasha,
You,
what to bet?
Elsyan. I heard
And
that.
You have my every hope. My bet's on the dwarf.
Oh, my bet is also on the dwarf.
Can I compare his strength to Rook's?
Roll me a insight check.
Well, hopefully you roll better than you did when you're trying to find this place.
I know. I'm told. That is 15.
15? He's stronger.
I put my bet on Rook because he has something that the rest don't have.
Queglod, you doing anything?
The power of
Yeah,
friendship.
I mean, he's got a big tower shield. I guess I can kind of guess at his fighting style here.
Maybe you can. So far, your party has consisted of only one tower shield, or one shield user, and that's Sasha.
I had a shield.
Like the shortest time.
Ben.
My brain is a shield.
Yeah, fair.
But you're weird.
Hey, I resemble that comment.
Yes, be prepared for a long haul, Rook. It doesn't look like this guy will go down quickly. And trying to rush him could leave yourself vulnerable.
Okay. Thank you. I will.
I've now got the image of Rook sat in the corner of a boxing ring with Queglod just massaging his shoulders and wiping off the sweat from his brow. It's okay, it's going to be a long fight.
Rook does look at Queglod as like the wisest one in the party.
It's
it's
fair.
like-
It's entirely fair.
Just pure words of wisdom.
Never mind the wisdom score. It's all about the actions that they take.
Okay. He moves forward, he picks up his tower shield, and you watch as he draws his short sword to his side and wanders forward slightly. You ready?
One more thing before you go.
Yes.
I would recommend waiting a bit before you use the gauntlets.
Okay. Right. Perfect. I will do that.
We believe in you. 5 gold, says the dwarf.
Elsyan, so help me.
Okay.
You say 5 on the dwarf?
5 on the dwarf.
Fine, I'll put 5 on Rook.
Fair enough.
Alright, I'm not going to actually get involved in this because I have no money. But good luck, both of you.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, I kind of spent it all on diamonds to keep you all alive.
Just Bern, not the rest of us.
Okay.
You don't know. I saw you. You were pretty fucking close.
Anyway, Sasha, shush. Fight happening. Be polite.
Yeah.
So Rook,
What?
as you wander up to him, he stands there, he adorns his helmet, and the rest of you hear as another figure, fairly quiet, wanders up next to you all and kind of stands among you. Elsyan, you're the first to notice this, obviously, but the rest of you do as well. As you see a snowy owl Kenku walk up to beside you all, otherwise carrying what looks to be a massive maul over her shoulder. She stands taller than most of you, with the exception of Rook. Has a decorated belt tied around her waist, with what looks to be a series of gemstones and pouches lining it. She has a fluffier underbelly with kind of smooth white feathers that come off of the rest of her form, with more of a salt and pepper colour and pattern to it.
That's a
5 gold
fucking
on the
painting.
dwarf.
Fine.
See.
Is she making a separate bet here?
5 gold on the dwarf. Yeah.
All right, I'm fine. I'll put 5 on Rook. I turned to her. 5 on Rook also.
Let's know that people have got my back in this one. No,
Very well.
Welcome.
No, we can just see that it's going to be a case that you're going to fight this guy repeatedly over and over. Until then.
No, it won't be that.
So I'm betting 10
Right.
gold.
As it begins, you watch as he holds his shield and his short sword in place. Roll for initiative, please, Rook.
Oh boy.
that is 19.
Mm. 19 on you, 9 on him. Okay. So, as you otherwise stand there before him, you otherwise begin to move slightly faster as you raise your axe. What would you like to do?
I am going to be casting Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
That's how I roll. And well, I mean, I just guess I'll do what I do. Predictably, I'm going to charge him.
Okay.
Try
You
and hit him.
pointing out towards him, marking him. You rush up with your battle axe and you take 3 heavy swings. Go ahead. Roll them one at a time.
Okay. That is 18 plus 11.
29. That hits.
Oh.
Fine.
Oh.
Next one.
Neck. It's 6 plus 11.
17 misses. Natural 1. Okay. So go ahead and roll damage for one of them.
Why? Stupid mouse. Whatever. What? It's these two, isn't it?
D12 plus a D6. Yeah. Rolling 1s and 2s if you wish. Ooh, that's good. 15 plus what damage? 6. 21 damage. Okay. You swing in for the first blow. It is a strong hitter. It smashes in past his tower shield and into his armor. You watch as it digs in a portion before he pushes you back with the short sword as he takes a swing towards your belly. As you back up, going for 2 more swings, the tower shield bats them away. As the second one on the natural 1 swings in, you watch as he instead of blocking with the tower shield, adjusts it so that it glances off, digging into the ground, and you go to pull it free. It will take up 1 attack to pull it free.
Huh. Interesting.
So if you action surge now, you'll only get 2 attacks. If you don't, then next turn you'll only get 2 attacks.
I
That's up to
am
you.
not going to.
Okay. In that moment, as you otherwise remain there, the axe embedded in the ground, he on his turn is going to move forward and he is going to bat you with the tower shield in an attempt to strike you. That is a 21 to hit.
It meets my AC, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Strength
He's
saving
attempting to
throw.
shove you.
Okay.
DC is
Do
21.
not be a 1. Oh, that's 9 plus 10.
6 plus 10.
No, 6, yeah.
16.
Right, so
In that moment, as he pushes forward and he slams the shield into you, you are pushed back, separated from your axe, the chain pulling taut as you are pulled as you are pushed back 10 feet. Or 5 feet, sorry, away from it. As you're 10 feet away, the chain is now taut with the axe embedded into the ground. In that moment, he moves up and he is going to again slam you with his tower shield as the second attack. That is a 22 to hit this time.
Oh yeah, that one hits.
Okay.
Oh!
He is going to pump a 3rd level Divine Smite into this.
Where do we stand on me using Shield of Faith on Rook?
No, don't get involved in the fight, Sasha.
So that is...
Cheating.
If you do, I'll beat you up.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a
Don't you
Constitution.
want to win?
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. I have my DC, which is the damage.
Is 12 plus 10, that's 22.
Okay. You fail against the DC as the total damage was 26. You are, in that moment, stunned as he smashes his shield into your head. You feel the ringing as you sway there. You take no damage, as it succeeded, but you are stunned.
Motherfucker.
Until the end of his next turn.
Nice.
You
Right.
feel the sway on you as you watch as he draws symbols in the air, but your eyes are otherwise blurred and you are stunned. The rest of you watch as he casts Shield of Faith on himself.
Sasha, no.
Okay. It comes back round to your turn. You are stunned and dizzy. You are otherwise unable to do anything. Coming back round to his turn thereafter, he is going to move in and he is going to attempt to plunge his short sword into your belly. Disadvantage because you are stunned. Unfortunately, that misses on an 18. Even though you are stunned, the strike comes in, but it otherwise hits against your outer plate armor, and you rigorously resist the attack. He's going to try again. That is a 21. That just hits, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just hitting that, he is going to pump a 4th level Divine Smite into that. Okay. Now this would, I believe, with stunned... No, it's paralysis, which is an auto-crit, but you've got your plate armor on anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, that is... So, from this, you take 14 points of piercing damage.
Is that reduced or not?
Nope, not reduced.
Okay.
And 19 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
So a total of 33 damage. As the short sword plunges into you, the radiant flames licking off of it as the strike plunges into you. He draws out and away as the blood scatters to the side, as he, at the end of his turn, is going to back off and put himself between you and your axe.
So I've no longer got hold of the chain.
You're stunned, and it's still, because you have it wrapped around your arm, it's otherwise you have it attached there, but he may be able to break the chain if you try and pull it towards you.
Am I still stunned?
No, you are now no longer stunned at the beginning of your turn.
Okay, fine. Alright. I am gonna, as my bonus action, cast Zephyr Strike, and I am just gonna run around him and get my axe.
Okay. You dash round him, moving around, you grab your axe, pulling it up, so you only have 2 attacks rather than 3.
Yeah, that's fine. I am going to... Well, there's not much point, is there? I'm going to... Well, take 2 attacks to start with.
Go ahead, first one.
See where that leads us. He's got a stupid divine shield thing. God's sake. Makes it even more difficult. That's 27?
Doesn't hit.
Fuck my life! Oh my god.
As you go and take the swing, a surefire hit, but you watch as his shield swings round and with the radiance attached to it, bats the axe away. The attack, which would hit every creature you've ever fought, misses this guy.
Okay. Right.
The rest of you watch this, beginning to understand why he's called the Iron Fortress, or the Living Fortress, rather.
It's not that you can't hit him, you just can't get through the armor.
Right, I am going to attack him again, but I'm going to use the force damage and the advantage from Zephyr Strike, which I didn't use in my first attack.
Okay, yep, that's fair. I'll allow it on this one.
Right. Please give me something to work with there. Crit.
Natural
At least I
20.
can do that.
Okay. As a
It
reaction,
misses.
he is going to negate the critical effect, so you do not do double damage.
Fine. I can live with that. Does the Hunter Mark still?
Hunter's Mark would still be in effect, but it doesn't do the double damage, so it would just be the additional d6 from the critical hit. So 2d6 plus a d12.
Okay.
As he up at death's door. Are you re-rolling the 2 or keeping it?
Oh.
Okay. 19 plus 6 is 25. Okay. Landing a hefty hit against him, you watch as he slides back slightly in his position and otherwise hit by it as it digs through and hits him once again. Like your father and grandfathers, you're resilient, but you don't have strategy.
Okay. I am going to action surge.
Okay.
Alright. Describe the environment to me a bit.
Around you it is otherwise dust. The ground here is a reddish and kind of yellowish dust, but otherwise laden around nothing much else. He stands there in a firm position. Underneath seems to be a hardened soil or stone. I'm not quite sure. There aren't any barricades around, at least not in the nearby vicinity. And other than that, you see your friends a little ways off.
Okay. Would there be enough dust on the floor for me to get a handful, or is it not that amount of dust?
Yeah, you'd be able to do that.
Okay, alright. My first attack, I'm going to go into him and I'm going to grapple him, but keep low so I can sneakily get a handful of dust.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. You are one size larger than him, so you get to roll this with advantage.
Oh, don't worry about that.
This is your athletics versus his AC, I believe.
Athletics, that's +9.
Hold on. Simon, remind me, is a shove check versus their athletics, or is it just a...
I think it's opposed, yeah. I don't know if they have to use athletics or if they can choose athletics.
I think they get to choose acrobatics or athletics for this, so...
If it's a contest like this,
Yeah.
then yes, it will be.
Okay, so that will be his athletics. Okay, what was your total?
21.
21. As you go in for the grapple, you otherwise catch him a little bit off guard, pushing him down. With the sudden stalk of strategy, you grab him and you kind of stop him from moving, but keeping low to the ground, same height as him.
Cool. Did I manage to get the dust?
I'll say as a bonus action, you scoop up a handful of dust.
Perfect, okay. Alright, for my second attack, I'm going to throw the dust in his face.
Okay, go ahead.
Aha!
and-
Fourth hand!
Go ahead and make me an attack roll, and that will be the DC versus, I'll say his con or dex, just given its
that's-
eyes involved.
6 plus. It's just 6.
Fighters are proficient in con, correct?
Yes?
Okay,
It should be
as
fine.
you... What was the total?
What am I adding to it?
You're adding your attack roll.
My attack roll. Oh, okay, right, that's 11.
Plus, so that'd be plus 11.
Plus
Or
6.
plus, yeah.
Yeah.
So, 17. As you grab the handful of dust without him noticing, you sprinkle it into his eyes, otherwise blinding him. Kind of remains there blinded for the moment.
Okay, right. Now I am going to... Actually, while he can't see, I'm going to invoke the gauntlets, and I'm going to attack him again.
Okay. You invoke... invoking the gauntlets is a bonus action, correct?
Is it? Is it? I don't know. I haven't got any of the Comet Striker stuff written down.
Oh, let me quickly check that.
It might be. I have no idea.
Because you
If
used your
it's not,
bonus
I won't.
action to pick up the dust.
Yeah. If it's not, then I'll just do a normal attack.
If it's not, then yeah. whenever you make a weapon attack, you may invoke the gauntlets. So it's not a action or bonus action or anything.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going to invoke the gauntlets
Okay.
while I attack him.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll then. Please.
Just normal attack roll.
Yep.
That is 9 plus 11. Oh, flipping heck! And his crazy ass defense.
Yep, you have advantage, however, because he's blinded. Okay. As you go for the strike against him, his shield reacts, swinging against the axe, which otherwise comes in to strike against him, but ultimately failing to hit, as he holds his position there, and you watch as he kind of tries to blink the dust out of his eyes. Okay. I want to use... Wait, why is this not... Hold on. Set filters. No! Wait. Okay, there they are. Okay. For some reason I wasn't able to see Xanathar spells on the site I'm using, and now the site just doesn't work. Great. You guys can still hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Computer might just be being a bit of a dirt. Okay. Or it's just hot. Hot day today.
It
Yes.
is. It's been glorious. I've loved it.
I just like hot days.
I've spent all day inside. Too much D&D.
Right. I'm turning up the
Oh,
fan.
my
Sorry if you can
God.
hear that, but I've turned up the fan because it's hot in here. Right, so.
It's disgraceful, Chris. How dare you?
Sorry. As you otherwise hold him there in this position, as he is otherwise grappled, he wraps him. He takes where he has currently got his shield in front of him.
Before you do it, you need to do the two
The two what?
dex saves.
Oh yes.
Rolls.
Oh yeah, yes, as part of the attack.
Yeah. DC
What
50.
is it? I just want to double check. Is it a dex save or is it just it does the extra damage? I forget.
It's dex. DC 15, I believe.
Okay. So, dexterity saving throw. So, he is blinded, so I believe he has disadvantage. If not, then I'll apply it anyway. So, that is a 10. That's a fail. And that is another 10. That is a fail. So, he takes 4d6 fire damage. Halved, as he is a Forged
He's a
Domain Cleric.
dwarf. Oh, right. I just figured it's because it's a dwarf. Are they not immune to fire?
No.
That would be very powerful. So 7 halved to 3.
Two things that are made in fire only resistant.
Yeah. Okay. So as the meteors otherwise strike into him, they do a bit of damage, but not too much as it burns up around the outside of him. In that moment, he is going to attempt to make 2 swings with disadvantage. The first one, he is going to attempt to bat you with his shield again. Well, he's with disadvantage. That is 18, that misses. And then the follow-up swing, that is a 25, that does hit. Two very good rolls there, okay. So, as he attempted to bat you with his shield, otherwise unable to do so, he is going to swing down with his short sword against your top collar. For the damage, he is going to invoke a 3rd level Divine Smite. Alright, you take 10 points of piercing damage and 21 points of radiant damage. As the short sword swings into you, you feel it carve in, and the radiant energy otherwise seep into you and through you, as he lifts his arm and otherwise wipes away the dust from his eyes, as it is now your turn.
Okay, and he can see now.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right.
Or he'll be able to see at the end of your turn. So you still have advantage on him because he's blind.
Okay.
And it also means you can't re-blind him.
No, that's fine. All right, I am going to. I'm going to take 2 swings. To start with. See where that leads us. That is 18 plus 11.
11, 29, hits.
Cool. And then 18
9
plus
hits.
11. So yeah, cool. Right. And then with my action, his shield, does it go all the way to the ground?
Yes, considering his height, it does.
Okay, alright. Then I will... How close is he to me? I'm right on him, aren't I?
Yeah, you currently have him, like, grabbed by the arm as you're grappling him in place.
Right, okay. I am going to try and use the chain of my axe to wrap round his legs.
Okay. With the intent to do what? Knock him prone?
Pull him out, yeah.
Okay.
Pull him over.
Okay, go ahead and roll me the attack roll for that, and then roll me the damage.
Is that a normal, an advantage attack?
That would be an advantage attack, yeah.
Okay. That'd be 9 plus 11, so that'd be 20.
20? Okay, you wrap it around his leg. Total of 20. This is dexterity saving throw. Disadvantage. That's natural 19 and a natural 17. He has a +0 to his dex save. However, he is a paladin of a particular level. Does he get aura of protection? If he does, he succeeds. If he doesn't, then he fails. Aura of protection, he has it. So he succeeds. He's a 6th level paladin. Succeeds. As you attempt to wrap the chain around him and swing it down towards his foot, he lifts it, feeling the chains attempting to wrap around his feet, and otherwise pulls his leg free. You re-grab the chain and otherwise hold it taut with your axe in both hands. Go ahead and roll me the damage for the 2 attacks that hit. This is with a +12 on top, re-rolling 1s and 2s if you wish. Okay, so 29 plus 12, 41 damage. Alrighty, so if I take that away, that would be... Okay, he is bloodied. As the 2 swings come in, you otherwise hit portions of him and you see bits of blood beginning to trickle, as he otherwise remains vigilant, his shield raised, and you attempt to knock him prone but fail to do so. He is going to...
I'm going to quickly use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay, go ahead and roll that.
Second wind is a D10. Which one's a D10? Green one's.
Green one, yeah. Plus your fighter level. I believe it's 11, so it's 60.
Nice.
Okay. He is going to, on his turn, seeing that you are close to him and grappled, he is going to attempt to bash you with his shield once again. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. He is going to pump a 2nd level Divine Smite into this in order to increase the DC. By increasing the damage.
There.
Total?
I got a crit. So
Oh.
25 plus
5, so 30.
10.
So let me roll the damage here.
It's 25 plus 10, so it's 35.
Oh, right, okay, so yeah, no, there's no way that would... Okay. As he attempts to strike you, you instead take half the damage, so you would take 14 points of damage overall from that.
Okay.
As you would have taken 29. He
Nice.
takes the swing against you with the shield and bashes you. You take some of the damage, your head slightly spinning, but otherwise Otherwise, you are unharmed as he's going to attempt to stab you with the short sword once again. That is a 24 to hit, and he is going to pump a 4th level Divine Smite into.
How many Divine Smites does this guy got? Jeez.
He has as many as he has spell slots, and when you are a mix between Cleric and Paladin, you have a lot.
There was also a part. There is a part in Paladin where you just don't have to spend spell slots anymore.
Yeah, which he unfortunately has to because he's not that high level, but
No, because he's both Paladin and Cleric.
and Fighter as well.
What the balls?
Because I'm about to
He
action
just couldn't
surge.
decide. He just couldn't decide what he wanted to be when he was a
No,
kid, could he?
this is my 28 AC character that I made. Okay.
Oh, Chris, what you've done is you're just testing your own bullshit on us, aren't you? Shut up.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've
Yeah.
got to do
Oh,
something.
what am I saying? I've known you've been doing this for years.
Very
If you
true.
want, I'll fight him as a young dragon.
So we have 14 points of piercing damage,
Yep.
plus 19 points of radiant damage.
Right.
You can tap out any time you're bloodied. By the way.
Are you dead yet?
Are you dead yet?
No.
He
No,
is
not
then
dead
going
yet.
to use his action
Are you dead
surge.
yet?
Oh.
I can deal with this yet?
Actually, no. First, I'm going to have him use his bonus action to second wind because that too. Okay. That's not bad. He's no longer bloodied. Okay. No. And action surge is going to take 2 attacks against you. First one, that is a 30 to hit. That hits, I assume. And the next one, okay. I rolled 2 natural ones on saving throws earlier. Now I roll good. There's a crit which is negated, so it hits.
Yeah.
So,
would.
starting with the first attack, he's not going to pump any Divine Smites into this, he's just going to roll into this first one. That is 15 points of piercing damage. And then the second one, I'm going to have him pump a second level Divine Smite too. That many d8s. So you take 12 points of piercing damage, and you take 16 points of radiant damage. So as the 2 strikes come in, as he goes a little bit crazy, he raises his short sword, taking a strike into the top of your torso before pulling it out and going for a gut stab, going through a little bit of the chainmail and digging into your chest as he pulls the sword free and otherwise remains there in place. It is your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna take 3 last-ditch attempts, I guess, at hitting him.
Okay.
So. Oh, well.
So,
Just
First 2.
count that as 2. Yep.
Okay. The
So-
28 hits. The other one does not.
Okay.
Ju-
Then.
Just, by the way. So that misses 1 hit. So you go
Okay,
and you
well-
swing your axe overhead. You watch as he blocks the first one with his shield before the second one comes in. A swing from the side as he can't bend his shield around enough and tries to parry it. It goes into his side. Go ahead and roll me the damage.
Cool. Oh, you need to do 4 rolls for dexterity because the last 2 you're meant to have done.
Oh yeah,
2
good point.
does.
So do you mean 2? The last 2
No,
hit?
just before because the last 2 didn't either. You're meant to. Feature
Oh.
attack. But
So
it's fine, so 2.
fail, success,
Oh, well, happy days.
success.
Cool.
So he
Right.
takes 2 of them. So that's
4d6.
4d6. Did you roll the damage for the 1 hit?
Yeah,
It's these
that's
2.
3 and 3.
6.
Yep.
So it's 12. Okay. That.
Plus
He's bloodied once again.
and
Plus those. Was that incorporating the 1 additional one that you just got? Those 4
Additional?
saves. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
made 2 attacks last time, and you made 1.
Yeah.
So that's
This one.
incorporating it. Go ahead.
Yep.
These are halved because he's resistant. It's 13 halved to 6.
Okay. I give.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I probably could take another couple of attacks, but
He has his
better
5th level
walk
Divine
away.
Smite he can pump into you yet, so.
Fuck that shit. No. Okay. I mean, after, just I could say to him, just like, after dying and going through hell and back, sometimes you just got to know when to admit defeat, to survive and fight another day.
You take the step back. He otherwise looks at you. At least you know when. You fought well, better than your predecessors, but I've been training on them for years. Oh. Back over at base, Malcom, you owe 10 gold, I believe.
Yep, I already took it out.
Hey up.
Okay, so
Thank you.
5 gold to Elsyan and 5 gold to the owl.
Yep.
As,
Somebody had to be on Rook's side.
True, and it wasn't going to be Elsyan.
as he moves forward to you, Rook, he goes, "You did well. You took my advice. You didn't just take the fight for granted. You knew when to try and strike and be clever, and it worked out for you. And you tried to strike without being clever, and look where it got you."
True. 'Tis true. It's an interesting fight. No, I've never come across someone with such high AC before.
Well, you know, when you've got a tower shield and some dwarven plate armor that's +2, by the way, this stuff's they don't come cheap. And
So what you're telling us is that you're,
and the
what we
plate,
call in the business, overpowered.
just a bit, you know. That's why they call me the living force.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
And you know, I got the defense fighting archetype plus a shield of faith, making it 28, and you know, very strong. And if I have one more level, I can pick up Eldritch Knight, and suddenly I can shield as well.
I think no one should have that much power.
I think at that point, I don't know if it's actually possible for him, Rook to actually hit him.
What's wrong with 33 AC? Come on.
I want you to say that again, but slower, Chris.
Yeah. The only way I could hit that is literally crit every attack.
Look, because of his protection, he gets a +3 to his dexterity saving throws.
Chris, stop trying to justify this. Just accept.
You know what? No, I want to fight him as a dragon now.
No, we just leave him be. This is a man that we cannot. We can hit him. We won't do anything to him. Wait a minute. I don't use AC to hurt people.
His intelligence saving throws +5. It's not that bad.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Mostly the bonus from his aura protection, but you know.
Yeah, I figured that. So, is the Oath of Devotion Paladin?
He is Oath of Devotion Paladin. He is a Forged Domain Cleric. He is 6th level in each. He is 2 levels in Fighter. And, oh, I forgot. Whoops. He has a Ring of Protection as well. So technically his saving throw should have been an additional +1. So yeah.
So what you're telling me, Chris, is that 12, that's another 2. He's a 14th level character.
Yeah, but he's only 6 levels in each, so...
Don't say... I want, Chris, this is the last I'm going to say this, but I just want to make it clear. I'm judging you. We shall carry on.
I know, you always say don't add high level characters, so I didn't. I just had a character with a lot of low level ability.
Chris!
I'm not too sure if that's what he means. It's a low level, but I'm just going to give him loads of bullshit stuff.
I will say that the champion, it was specifically built this way. It's his only gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
brain it too.
Yeah,
It's a shame that our gimmick makes him unkillable.
Wait, what we need to do is we need to make him break his oath. Then he'll become an Oathbreaker Paladin. He'll lose some of his auras. And then let's have a similar thing for clerics to make them break like their
if they change God to a different domain, then justifiably, yeah.
God of being pathetic. That's why we need to find a God of being pathetic.
Is that what yours, Ian?
No, mine is a dick.
No, I meant that's what you're going to be.
Oh no, I'm not pathetic. That's
Wow.
okay, you little shit.
Savagery.
There's a big difference between pathetic and exceedingly whiny.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, anyway.
I'll have you know that I'm
Alright.
both.
Well, you fought well, better than your predecessors, and I let them see the forge, so I never say no. You'll be welcome to see it. Just come back tomorrow. with your
Wait,
friend.
wait. I'm sorry. You never. This whole thing was just.
It's to teach you a lesson. See, if I can knock him out before he gets me to a state where I feel at least a little bit threatened, then no, he's not ready. His whole thing's a test. I've got that from the several relatives that have come through here.
And
You
in
spend your
truth,
life just testing one family over and over.
Effectively.
many of us.
That's
have
a
died.
really sad life to live.
Look, I didn't
Like, no
choose it.
offense.
They did. They have to come here to the Promethean Forge. I'm just the one in charge.
In fairness, I understand and I respect it. Thank you.
Look,
but
Wait
thank
till he's a
you.
crippled old man, then get him then. Bust his kneecaps, they'll never heal properly.
Well, I'm a cleric. I have cured wounds. Slap. Ow.
Well,
Third level cure wounds. Let's use up another spell slot. Let's see how much he heals by. His wisdom isn't that high, so let's find out. There's a reason I don't use spells on him. It's because they're bad.
Because even when you get old and grey, you can just cure wounds the shit out of yourself.
13 points of healing.
that is not how that works. I refuse to believe that you can fight off old age with cure wounds.
What Greater Restoration's for?
Exactly.
What
Well,
happens
no,
is
it starts off with cure wounds, then it's lesser restoration.
Sam, well, not
then
Sam.
it's greater
Simon, you
restoration,
distant from your
and then you just
microphone.
use raise dead on yourself.
Yes, I am. Sorry. That's really
Okay.
funny.
One of those, Harlan, you can't do.
Well, you know when you get a dead leg, it's like that, but you resurrect it.
That's not how that works.
I love how my Romulus Rust voice is shown back up again.
It's just any time you voice a dwarf from now on, isn't it?
Anytime I voice a dwarf and I'm being a dickhead,
Why?
that's just
That's a good
Then
point.
what-
Why even bother going through Lichdom? Lichdom means you have to change. Why not just, have True Resurrection cast in a glyph of warding around a necklace for when you die and it sets you back to age 20?
Because Chris, you can't fundamentally game life. I mean, you
Does-
can. It's
okay.
D&D.
Does True Resurrection prevent you from resurrecting someone who died of old age? I know all the others do.
I will have to check
I will
that.
look it up real quick.
It can even provide a new body if the original no longer exists, in which case you can speak the creature's name. It cures
Okay, any
it.
reason except
you
old age.
touch- Yeah, you touch a creature that has been dead for no longer than 200 years, and that died for any reason except old age. Now, here's the thing, Chris. Technically, old age isn't a reason for death.
No,
That is
no.
true.
It'll be like organ failure or something like that. So
Yeah.
Which
And it can provide a
So,
new
like,
body.
the only
So-
so
way
you
that
usually
works-
generate.
The
Yeah. The
lower level
only way
spell.
that you would die by old age is if you actually have someone use the one of the wild magic things that specifically ages
Ages
you
you.
to death.
There are also potions that do that as well, and sphinxes can do it.
Yeah,
But
sphinxes
if you
are
think about it, it's a
powerful.
lot more specific than you think.
It's interesting. You could become immortal through different means other than just being a lich, which is the.
Or
I mean-
cloned.
Hey, Chris,
interesting.
awakened mystic.
I know.
Fucking bullshit, Jesus.
It's not awakened.
Druids.
It's just mystic in general. Druids, they get to prolong their life. They don't get to have it forever. I mean, monks get the
Oh.
whole. They don't feel the pains of old age, so you know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
technically,
we're getting off topic.
a monk can become immortal by going into the astral plane.
Fair. But we're getting off topic. There. But I let all of them see it if they can at least give a shred of entertainment, which they did. Good to see that you're here as well, Snook. Looks at the snowy owl.
As I'm handing her money, I am bribing.
She takes money off everybody. I understand if she beats you up. So, what'd you come here for? Well, this individual is a member of the Church of Steel. I thought it best to see how he's tested. I see. And
Yes,
he did well, not going to lie. But I've heard that he's on a pilgrimage.
that is correct.
Interesting. Well, I'd recommend heading to Rust Town if that's your next objective, unless you have other things to do. After the Promethean Forge, of course.
The Promethean Forge and celebrating the festival. I think we're going to enjoy the festival together.
Yeah, speaking of which, I got things that I need to do. I got practice to do for the arena.
Okay.
Yeah, something to do with fighting the best team or something.
Oh,
Nice.
let's do it. I want to fight.
Hey, you're a bit skilled for it, not gonna lie.
Aw.
Like, he on his own could probably take the entire thing. Like, it's dire wolves. Yeah, you could probably smush that, pointing at Elsyan.
Okay, now you're doing Lehman Russ.
Yeah, well, my
Dire
voice changes, you
wolves.
know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, milk suck.
Yeah.
Stop. Not sock. It's not milk sock.
You milk socks.
No.
Milk sop.
That's
Alright.
it. I don't know what a milk sock is.
Fenrica.
Anyway.
The wolves.
You're all a bit too strong for it, I'm afraid, so I'm gonna say no to joining the arena. You can watch, if you're interested.
So we can what?
Watch.
Oh, watch. Okay, I thought you said watch, and I don't. That just sounds like something dirty.
I mean, that's up to you. If you want to say watch, then go for it, but doesn't matter. Anyway, enjoy the festival. I got things to do. Got any more questions, just speak to Harlan. He'll be about. He should be sleeping about now, so, you know, usual stuff.
No worries.
Right
Thank
then.
you.
Well.
I'll hunt you out over probably tomorrow to check out the flame.
Yeah, and enjoy the town. People are going to be celebrating with the forest back to normal. And,
Sweet.
yeah, I'll go from there, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Well, I hope you enjoy your festival, and we'll be seeing you at the drinking competition.
Of course, which tavern you going to be in? All of them hold their own.
Probably
Oh.
the Cursed Axe. I mean,
Alright,
it,
I'll
it
head there
kind
then.
of.
Better idea,
Yeah.
guys.
I'll
Bar
see you
crawl.
there.
Anyone? Tavern crawl?
And if you want, you can go for it. I'll be heading to the Cursed Axe either way, so
I will meet you there.
compete, see how things do.
Yes.
Starting-
Round 2.
Starting the cursed axe, then we move on to the next, and the next, and the next, until we're paralytic.
Alright, that's your choice. Remember, there's 3 days, so, you know, you can do it on one of the days, then sleep in the next, and then join in the last day. Fine.
I'm starting to enjoy the
Alternatively,
town.
we could try doing all 3. Oh my god, I can't get out of the Lehman Russ.
I'm Sasha Smashfist. Just say that over and over again.
Sasha Smashfist. Sasha.
Sasha!
Yar.
Sasha
Yar.
Smashfist.
Good.
Sasha Smashfist. The Vault of Fenrica.
Well, I'll leave you. I'll leave you.
Sasha Smashfist. There we go.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it.
Right, that's a little bit better.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'll leave you to it. Have fun and take care of your friend Bern. Come see the Promethean Forge tomorrow. It'll be open and I'll make sure that you can make your way in perfectly fine. Oh, little hint. You got to put the axe in the forge, and then you got to take it out. It'll hurt, so be ready.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you anyway for that advice. I will. Yes.
Fair enough.
Question: can we also go and see it?
Of course.
Thank you.
I don't mind. It's a special thing that we keep protected, but it's nothing we can't handle. I mean, I probably couldn't take all of you, but you know, I could try.
And I mean, let's be honest. Like, you've just beat up Rook fairly well.
Yeah, and he beat up me. And there's what, 5 of you plus your friend who's died. So maybe not him.
Well, okay, yeah, but he's basically like a fucking toddler right now in terms of like as a heavy wind could push him over. No. Besides, we're not going to do anything shifty, is it?
I mean, I don't know.
It's naturally shifty state.
You might, Sasha.
What? What am I gonna do?
I don't know, big forge.
Fire.
Fire.
Oh
The
no!
forge. The forge.
Oh no! I'll say a fucking prayer or something. Like, come on.
I don't know. I've seen dwarves who try to jump inside. Doesn't work, by the way. The fire doesn't work
What
with
about-
flesh.
I
Huh.
just got a thought. Do you know that from experience yourself, or by watching someone idiotic do it?
Be the column A, be the column B.
Okay, it's either wholly both, or never mind.
No, it's just a bit because I didn't jump in. My arm kind of I reached in to grab the person who jumped in. Neither
I
of us were
see.
hurt. I mean, his armor got very hot, and well, that almost killed him. But he didn't die from the flames.
Well, that's good to know.
That's okay then, I guess.
Yeah.
Promethean Forge won't die from the flames. You should use that as a tagline.
I mean,
Don't get careful. I'm not used for marketing much.
yeah, I can tell. All right. Have a good rest of your day.
Will do.
Aye, sir. I'm not offended. I expect this sort of shit from dwarves.
Look,
Anyway.
you said you were gonna one up your friend. If you can prove it, do it. Then I'll take back my remark. My remark. It's hard to say it, that accent.
My remark.
My
It's
remark.
easy
My
enough.
remark.
Try to do
What
it
you've
without
got to
falling
do
the
to get
arms.
into it is just go Volca Fenrica, and then suddenly everything you say sounds
Oh,
weak and rusty.
Fenrica. That is true.
No.
Damn you, Magnus.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
Space wolves.
Well,
Space Wolves, apparently. We're doing Space Wolves.
I've done.
That's part of becoming a Volca Fenrica.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, shush.
Shall we get back to D&D
Yeah.
now?
So, Jamie, what were you saying?
Sorry. It's. Ooh.
I've done what I need to, so yeah, it is now down to what you guys want to do. I
Okay.
don't think
I
there's
wanna
anything
fight.
Yeah,
else.
I've got nothing in particular. Don't really want to spend a lot of materials on learning how to blacksmith her. It's tempting though.
If you want, I'll give you a hand.
I would quite enjoy that.
Okay, it'd be a nice wind down. Been a while since
Exactly.
I've done any smithing.
I'd have. I just want to make something that's more useful than Sasha's shields. People might
That-
actually buy them.
That could be literally anything, even nails. Could make nails.
People always need nails.
Yeah, they do.
I know.
I
that
mean, you're
there's-
right, but I hate you all.
We love you too, Sasha. We love you too.
No, we don't. Don't lie
Look,
to
I
her.
just- Right, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, fuck you. And thirdly, fuck you.
You're
I
welcome.
think Sasha's trying to say something. I can't put my
I-
finger on it.
It's
Okay,
It's
look, I'm just
right
going into
there.
the fucking forge now, okay? You know what? I'm going to pray to my goddess, and hopefully she'll smite you both.
You
Aw.
want to roll a
not,
d100?
not gonna.
Yeah, fuck
Dude,
it.
fuck my
Dude.
life.
Oh.
If he actually gets this,
21.
She'll have to
No,
get in. She'll have to get in
Sorry,
line
what
for
was that, Chris?
smiting me.
21.
Nah, close.
That was if that was a 1, you would have had 11, and that would have been enough.
Well,
and I would have considered myself smitten.
Yeah.
smote actually.
No, but
Yes,
in,
Smithing is something slightly
in
different.
pure reality, I do actually want to do like a proper prayer for the Sorcerer whilst I'm here, because this seems like a Promethean flame.
You're not there yet. That's tomorrow.
Oh, bollocks.
Well,
'Cause you're gonna have Bern with you, so that he can actually.
Does
be there
that
to see
mean
it.
that I can then use the attempt to pray for Turan to smite them again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yay!
Sasha, I have a favour to ask.
Hmm?
I need you to do 2 Legends laws for me, please.
Oh, right.
Oh. Well, if you've got the instance for me, sure.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
open the document. Don't do it yet.
Chris's DM panic
But in the
sets in.
meantime, why don't you tell me a little bit about your backstory?
Got him.
Wait, oh no, never mind. So
Voice of the
legend
guy.
lore.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah. Beginning of the session. There's a document I'm supposed to have open. What is it? Legend law. Oh right.
Dear me.
So,
There you go.
you begin the first one. What is your first thing that you begin to legend law?
There was Darien weren't there, and there was the bronze shard tier thing, which I don't know which one it is, because you confused the crap out of me.
Bronze
Darien's
shard.
Star Speaker. Yeah, that's the one. Right.
Right.
Do the bronze shard first. That was the first one I asked for.
Tell me, first of all, you must tell me everything you know of this bronze shard.
Okay, it's a meteor that fell from the ethereal plane, I believe.
Fact check.
Question mark.
Say
Chris.
what you want. I'll tell you the truth afterwards.
Okay. It's come from the ethereal plane, I believe. The comet strikers and the axe were both made of it, and I am specifically trying to find out if anything else was made of it.
I'm fairly certain it was the astral plane. Is that right, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. I don't know where I got ethereal plane
Yeah.
from, but
They're very similar. They're the
I'm
two
going
most
with it.
similar. They're the weird ones.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Right. Then I shall be casting Legend Lore using the incense gotten from him to check out the bronze thing.
God.
Okay.
Bronze shard.
All right. So,
I light the incense. I breathe in the smoke.
Okay.
And as I breathe it out,
I choke.
no, the
As
truth is revealed.
as you breathe it out, the incense and the smoke that you breathe in leaves small trails of cinders which rise in front of you. The rest of you watch as images form in the smoke in front of you in a light flashes of flame. You see what looks to be a shard of some kind falling from somewhere high, somewhere distant. You watch as it falls and it strikes the earth, skidding to a halt. You see many individuals begin to flock towards it. You see and watch as it gets smaller, smaller, as bits of it are taken away, chunks are taken away. You watch as some of them are made into weapons, some are made to some of it is made into a weapon, some of it is made into a set of gauntlets, and the other into a pot of some kind. You receive the following wording, which I will copy and paste for your own use and leisure
Thank you.
to Discord. A shard of ethereal power, jettisoned to the material plane from the ether. The shard fell as a prophecy foretold, and with its heart great things were made. An axe to destroy the wicked king of blood, fists to forge the very stars into weapons for lords of war, and finally a crucible, a gift for the twinned gods, to the mother of fire and her den, lava. From the twinned gods to the mother of fire and her den of lava.
Okay, I know where that is and who that's about.
Okay.
Bulgar and Vulgar, right? Or whatever the names are.
The twinned gods are known as Bulgar and Vulgar. Yes, the twinned gods of forging. One ethereal,
And the mother
one
of
physical.
fire in her den of lava. Who could that be?
And that being
I know.
Uttara.
Uttara.
But the main thing that you pick up on this, Sasha, this is a note which does slightly ring to you. It says that it's jettisoned to the material plane to reach her den of lava.
Sorry, what's twinging there? Because
That there is a den of lava for Uturan in the material plane, in the Empire.
Oh.
You believe this to be the Divine Forge.
Oh. I mean, it's got to be Mount Volgrim, right?
Okay.
I hate when he does
But
this.
we've seen the Crucible now. We might be able to actually locate it using the Crucible as a focus.
I will say this. Go ahead and roll... Oh, wait, no, you can't. Jamie.
Right.
As part of this legend lore, and as something that I homebrew and I've done before, you have the ability to focus on one particular component, if you wish to do so. And to do so, you must roll a d20 and meet or beat the DC. It is a straight d20 roll, and I'll say the DC for this will give you a you ask the question, and then I will give you the DC. So what
Right.
additional thing do you wish to learn about as part of this legend lore?
Hang on. Can I?
Yep,
commune
you can
with
confer
Sasha
with your
about
party members.
What do you think I should?
I am fucking begging you. The Den of Lava.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Because, actual reasoning for this, we've got the axe, we've got the fists, we can't really, this won't really tell us more about them without specific legend rules about those items. But it might tell us where the fucking Den of Lava is.
Okay, the Den of Lava then.
Which I think it's Mount Volgren, but I don't know how to get in there.
Okay.
Big hammer.
Go ahead and roll me a d20 then.
I
DC
wish
will
you
be
were
50.
wrong.
6. No.
As you try to focus on the Den of Lava, you otherwise can't, as it is just out of your grasp. As Sasha, you try and focus on it. You reach and you grasp, but the smoke around you is like smoke, and the images fade as you try to catch them.
I'll be focusing on that another time, just so you know. I'm doing that again.
Yep. So that
That's
uses
fine.
up, what was it, 100 GP of? Was it 200 GP of?
250, which
I
is
took
coming
500
straight
out
out of
I've
of
taken
his stuff.
500 platinum,
Yeah.
500 gold out of my.
Yeah, for these two.
already.
And then the second one?
Was
Again, tell me everything you know about it, and then
Darius Star Speaker. I'm trying because I've not gone back through my books because holy crap. Darius Star Speaker. He made the Comet Strikers and the axe. Darius Star Speaker. Iron Fist, I believe.
yes, I believe it was something like that.
Okay.
Right. In that case, I shall again light more incense.
Can't be touching that incense like no one's business.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My beard is lit, and I breathe in and blow out. I just wanted to make it look fancy rather than just being like, "Hey, tell me the things."
That's fine. As you breathe out, again the images begin to flash. You see a Minotaur, much like Rook. You see the features they hold. It's rather obvious that they are descendants of one, or that Rook is a descendant of this Darius Iron Fist. You watch as he stands there, bold in his approach, as he moves towards the shard and takes a chunk of it off, melts it down, and forges two large gauntlets which fit him. You watch as he proceeds to make an axe before handing it off to a celestial figure wrapped in light and fire. You watch as he wanders to a far off land, mountains in all directions, but a river running from. And as he gets close to it, you watch as he offloads shards and tosses them into a pool of lava. From them you watch as the lava parts, and he descends down, and at the base of Brimstone he begins to forge a crucible, an anvil, and ultimately a forge from the remaining shards. The first of the Iron Fist line, the maker of the bronze axe, now known as Astral Edge, the builder of the Comet Strikers, his tools to craft the greatest gift, a crucible, a forge, and an anvil, crafted from the same material as the other pieces, buried within the nest of fire, a gift for the goddess of lava, Turan. You watch and you recognize. Back then, Mount Volgren wasn't collapsed. now it is. You know that to be the site of entrance. Do you know that he threw something into the lava to open it?
Okay. Right.
Okay, I can't tell you on this one because there's actually important stuff for you on this.
Well, I mean,
And I will say this, because I believe previously, just to be sure, me and Jamie did the roll out of session 4 to see if he could focus any more on Darius in a particular way. In particular, what the dragon head was, I believe it was, and what it meant. And he
yes.
failed the roll. If I remember correctly, you got a 4 and you needed like a 12 or something.
I can't for life remember. I know I failed it, but
All I
can't
remember
what
is I didn't
rolled.
prepare it because it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the information you get.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Right. That's all really useful information. Oh my god. Right. Oh, thank you, Sasha. And you saw your lava. Again.
I need to get that fucking.
How many times
Sorry
can
about
you do that?
Oh, I can do that as many times as I have spell slots for it, which is about 4 or 5 a day.
Can you do the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can. We can always try and come back.
Oh,
and
yeah, we can do
find
again. It's just I need money.
Yeah, no, that's fine, and I'm not spending any more at the moment. Jesus.
That's fair.
Okay.
If anything, doing it lots of times is actually useful, because the more information you have, the more information you get.
Correct.
Cool. Excellent. Well, duly noted, and yeah, for future reference. Now that I know that.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do before you head to bed and move on into the next day?
I would like to, is there, as a dwarf, is there anything I know in order to boost my chances the next day for drinking?
A large meal.
Yeah.
Greasy food.
Yeah.
And milk. Milk first. Lines the stomach
No
apparently.
milk. Lots of carbs.
Oh,
Well,
what
this
is
the day
it? It's
before.
a saving throw.
It is a Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm changing my Periept out for my cloak of protection.
Additional +1. Keep in mind, I have it set so that natural ones will always be a fail.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's entirely expected.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
drink.
They will.
I think Rook got one on like the second round last time. It was out.
All right. So, Malcom and Queglod, anything you want to do, or was that all?
Don't think I have any plans for today. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, we're just going to
But,
take a quick break here if there's nothing else.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's
No, I don't think I can find what I want to do here.
okay. In which case, we will take a quick 1 to 5 minute break, depending on what people are doing.
I'm making tea.
Okay, that won't take too long then. All right, I will be right back.
3 hours later. Hi guys, I'm back. Wait, where do you all go?
D&D's over. We finished the campaign. What?
I just made a cup of tea.
Yeah, it was that easy.
Oh god. I need to kill my players with water-based. They're underwater now, so they can't cast Fireball.
Megalodon.
Tempting, but we've got a druid here, and I am of the same mind as Chris. Is that if I show you guys show them dinosaurs, they'll turn into dinosaurs.
I think a Megalodon would be out of CR range for. Wait, what level are they?
They are currently level 11.
Yeah, I believe a Megalodon would be out of
Yeah, but actually, to be quite fair, a Megalodon's kind of a bit, situational. And given that the seas of the material plane are all full of terrifying creatures that make Megalodons look like pussies. Technical term, of course.
Alright, And
Then yeah, Megalodon's tempting. What? I'm thinking water-based beholder, or just a beholder that swims.
Aboleth.
Aboleth. Oh, I like the way you're thinking. I'm thinking definitely a kraken.
Crack. Yes.
Oh, and of course bronze and blue dragons.
Zaratan.
Taratan? No.
No, Zaratan.
Oh, Zaratan. What's a Zaratan?
Giant turtle.
Yeah, if I go giant turtle, I'd go dragon turtle.
Yeah, but I don't know how big a dragon turtle is, but I know
It's gargantuan.
I know that the Zaratan that we came across was literally, we thought it was an island.
Dragon turtles. That's exactly the same. I'm not sure if Zaratan are even a standard D&D thing. But...
I don't know, but Chris had an undead one in Thursday.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like a criticism. That sounds like a shit
And then
criticism.
that's where I also got the Aboleth idea from, because he had an Aboleth underneath the
Well,
boat.
yes, the Aboleth is standard D&D. It's one of the first monsters in the monster manual.
I am back.
Welcome back.
no.
Oh no, it's me. Oh no, Infernal. Oh.
Nope.
Why does it have to be
No.
raining in this country? I know he only gets rain like twice a year, but still.
Yeah, must have done, yeah. I forget there are countries where it doesn't rain all year
It gets
round.
quite a bit of rain. But they're usually in
With-
storms.
Oh, I just realised that giant seahorses are a thing.
Yeah.
They are?
Yep, my players are going to get mounts of giant seahorses at some point. They can't
What's
bring
happened
home
with the
them.
Paladin's horse, by the way?
Oh, the paladin's horse just sat outside of the mountain fort. Just sat on a mountain with a cart, protecting it with 2 wolves. It's great, fun times. The horse is smarter than normal war horses, so it will be fine. I've stopped being so vindictive against it.
Just have it go elsewhere, but they don't know where.
No.
They
They found a very well-trained horse.
Yeah? And you're well-trained adventurers, yet look where you got yourselves.
They're not well-trained. They just saw, oh yeah, there's at one end of this, there's water that bubbles up on this river. On the other end, that we can just about see, is a waterfall. Okay, you two, sit inside of the water elemental and just go. Just keep your heads up and then duck in when you go into the waterfall.
I came
So-
up with an idea, Chris.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for me to transport via plants to the Dragon Sanctuary? I had an idea of something I would like to do.
If you're separating from the party, you will be absent for 3 days.
That'll be okay. I want to go there since I just now realized that I have the ability to turn into a young dragon. I'd like to go to my father and see if he can give me tips and stuff on how to fight like a dragon.
I'll say do this at another time. You've just come back from fighting a boss, and, you know, you're in a town
Still.
trying to relax and celebrate. So, I'll say do it at another time.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Join us stay with the party, drink with us, get horribly intoxicated, and then we can blow up the town.
Yeah, because he's not going to be able to train you to use a new draconic form in a day. Training takes time. Hence why I'm not leveling you up every session.
No, leveling up every session's far too quick.
Level you up when I feel like it. Okay, you're level 20 now. But we just started. Well, you know.
Good luck, Sam. You're a mystic. Good luck. I pray for trickle feed. I sometimes. Only with mystic. If I was fighter, it'd be a different matter entirely. portals.
Campaign 2, start off at level 20 and work your way down, losing features as you move into an old people's.
Oh god, do we have the old people campaign? Let's just try to get out for a day without being, like, accosted by our carers. No, you've got to come back. I don't want the pills. Don't make me go back, you devil woman.
Bring back the hot one.
Just have to make an intelligence check every morning to see if you can remember your name.
Intelligence check to stave off Alzheimer's.
Wow.
Oh no.
Intelligence saving throws, and you just got to make them successfully. It works like flesh to stone.
Ooh, giant sharks are a thing. Noted.
Yep.
Are there dire sharks as well?
No.
I
I
have
feel like
There are now.
I feel like there probably should be.
right.
I mean, I've opted to create dire versions of basically every beast creature. Just make them exceedingly rare.
Wait a minute. Give me a second.
Certainly every beast, I think, should have a dire version.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dire T-Rex is my favourite.
Holy shit.
Christ.
Yes, because we need a dire Spinosaurus, given that they're already like CR14.
Yes.
Chris, obviously, that just makes perfect sense to me. No, that doesn't seem to be an official dire shark. This makes me very sad. But there is just giant shark, which isn't quite the same. I mean, it kind of is, but not quite.
Stimpy stamp.
I also I like the fact that they have to state giant sharks can only breathe underwater. Because they know full well the bullshit that both GMs and players would pull if it didn't stipulate that.
Yeah. Well, there's a
My
feature.
shark is on land then.
Amphibious is the only feature that allows both.
I believe,
Tritons have that.
yeah, Tritons have. Actually, my players were greeted by Tritons that had been kicked out of their city, and I'm expecting them to just save their quote-unquote sister from the dungeons for being arrested for maybe inciting revolution. They're
Now-
going to find the Lord to be a very kind and friendly person.
Now, Sam, remember how I made an entire staircase of water with? If you're in the plane of water, why not just upscale it slightly?
Chris, I can't make the entire ocean a water weird.
You could make the interior of the palace a water weird, or the interior of the prison a water weird.
That would actually be tempting. I mean,
'Cause it
I'm
would
tempted
make
for
some
them to
partial
get into the.
sense.
I mean, my players have this weird gillyweed stuff to allow them to move fairly normally underwater. They're still going to have to contend with the fact that the tieflings can't cast Fireball. Realistically, I sent it to the plane of water because I hate Fireball.
There are better
So I
ways of
say
getting
I
around
hate
it. I mean, there's a construct called the Helmed Horror, which has the ability to be immune to specific
Yes.
spells, and just
Chris,
tag
this
that
also
onto
gives me
everything.
story plot points and to allow my players to just go to another plane of existence. And this works better for me. I'm sorry. And it means that if they do cast it, they're going to find that they're able to create scalding water in a 20-foot area. They're not going to think to do that. Because, of course, to create fire in a certain area, you've got to create immense heat in that same area. So,
Yeah.
because it's not like you produce fuel. It's just
True.
an interesting way. It's more going to change fire damage to heat damage, and it's going to do nothing to anyone special.
Yeah, and then you use Sickening Radiance, and it's just radiation sickness as you dropped a bit of uranium in a tank.
Yeah. No, not quite. I'm waiting for one of them to use a lightning-based spell. Especially since the Sorcerer's now got chain lightning.
Just give the casters ice spells. They're particularly effective underwater, freezing and chaining people down.
True, and I mean that's what the casters are going to be fighting probably going to be having.
Hmm.
They're going to be having water-based spells, and
I mean, lightning spells are great unless you're also in the water.
yes, bear in
Then
mind they're
it's a bit of a
currently in an
double-edged
ocean.
sword.
There is something very interesting you could do though. You could give them create and destroy water just so they can cast it if they're floating 60 feet up, then they just fall to that. They take 60 foot of fall damage, then the water comes back in.
Just imagine how much disruption that would cause.
It would
'Cause
cause a
what
ton, but you know, it's
I
a
mean-
large area of just get rid of the water, whoosh, splash.
I mean, I would always explain like create and destroy water away as in, okay, we're just drawing water in and out of the plane of water. But when you're in the plane of water, what? That okay?
How do you
If
think
you
springs are
create
made
water-
in the natural world?
Yeah, makes sense. So I'm just destroy water in the plane of water. That must be treason. Because that is literally just picking up like the king's land and just destroying it.
Oh man.
At least it's an act of war.
I mean, what you could do is you could be particularly evil and use watery sphere because it's invisible underwater. Because
Tempting.
watery sphere is physically a sphere of water that spins. Underwater, you can't see water that spins. Not easily.
That is true. I have also told my players that they're able to use verbal components underwater because I'm so ganked in a way that's not.
That's
It's a gillyweed.
Just tell. What about if the gillyweed just runs out, or they have dispel magic?
Oh, they have 24 hours of gillyweed, which effectively allows them to move, walk, and move around fairly seamlessly. They get web fingers and toes and whatever. Anyway, this D&D.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for Harlan to say he's back, but then again, Harlan's
Oh.
gonna be a while anyway. So.
Where are you ginger? Don't say the next word, Sam. Twat. That's the word I was going to say. Definitely not something far ruder that I'm trying to make sure I don't say anymore.
Yep.
All right.
I'd
well,
like a jug of tea.
Nice.
Just in
I
case.
assume Sudz is still here.
Bling. Yeah.
Yep, he's still here. Okay, so we're just waiting on Harlan. Okay, so as you wake up the next day, what would you all like to begin the day by doing? You wake up, you go downstairs, you grab your meals, have your
A
breakfast.
large
Bern
meal.
joins you.
Huzzah.
As well, Bern, you're alive. How are you, my friend?
Oh, feeling better, but
What happened to your voice? What did death do to your voice? It made you sound like Eeyore.
well, you know, these things happen. Kappa.
Oh,
well.
fuck my life.
No.
Hate you.
No.
I really hate you all.
The thing is, I would hate you, Chris, but
It sounds like a time.
Infernal.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just, I feel better, but I'm still a little bit tired. I won't be doing anything dangerous today. I hope. Well, I don't think we want to do anything dangerous today. I won't be of much use.
Okay.
I would
Well,
just
think
be
we're having a
drinking.
drinking competition.
Oh, I can try that.
Nice. Excellent.
Actually, that's the point. We need to get a schedule of the drinking schedules in town, like the
I
for the
will-
drinking contests.
I will ask.
If you're looking for drinking contests, we hold ours typically at 6 p.m. Quite a lot of the others do as well, but they seem to spread theirs out over the day so they don't clash.
I see.
Hey.
Here's my plan, and do stop me if this is an absolutely terrible plan, although it won't stop me from doing it. Drinking contest after drinking contest after drinking contest.
Sad.
Elsyan is gonna get wrecked.
I mean, out of the ones that there are, there's the Bronze Fang, the Cursed Axe, and the Merry Wolf. Those three all hold their drinking contests. I hold mine today. Bronze holds his tomorrow, and then Merry holds his on the last day.
That I can work with actually. One a day. I will spend this entire festival off my face on alcohol.
You know what? I'm gonna do that too. Elsyan, we'll be drinking buddies. But in a competitive way.
Of course. Drinking rivals.
Yes.
I am weirdly excited about this. Source of Sam has been drinking rum and coke again.
Yes, so am I.
God, don't get the giggles. Okay.
Nice.
Welcome back,
Right.
Harlan.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was here the entire time. Cough, cough.
So Sasha, you joining Rook and I and doing a drinking contest today?
And tomorrow, and the day
And the
after.
day after?
Oh, absolutely.
Queglod?
Consider me already wasted.
You are a waste of space.
We both
sorry,
know that's a lie. You'd miss me massively if I died.
I'll join as well.
Oh,
I'll
yes.
join for the day, and I'll probably see how it goes the next two.
Fair enough. Besides, I've got a championship. I've got a title I need to keep.
Nice.
Admit,
Right.
no. Is there a pie eating competition as well?
Didn't Queglod win that one or something?
I just like these competitions.
There's not a pie eating competition, but we do have the shortages.
The what?
Oh, yes! Elsyan would 100% like to sign up for that competition.
The sausage axe competition. Or the
Okay.
shortages.
The shortages.
I'll join
see.
you, Elsyan. if
I
you
think
want.
you mean
What?
Sussaxes.
So I can't remember what we called them. It was either sauce axes or shortages.
Well, but they're axes, aren't they?
Yeah,
So why
I
would
know,
they
but they
shortages?
can be any weapon. Yeah, so sauce axes.
Sauce axes. This. I'm tempted.
We use
I'm
we use the hot sauce as the main motive.
Oh.
Yes.
Elsyan's basic white bitch is coming out. Ugh, spicy. Els once conquered the world and for spice, and we wanted none of it.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get you a nice glass of milk for after.
Whatever you say. No.
Elsyan,
Why not?
From the kitchen, you hear a ha.
It's a funny joke, although all too painfully true.
Oh, there, Diddum.
Oh,
Well,
don't
get you a
don't
nice
patronize
little
me.
milk bottle.
Sasha, I swear to the mask, I will sever your brain from the rest of your body.
I'd like you to know that in Mind Flayer circles, that's a proposal of marriage.
Mind
I
flayers
totally
don't
ship
have...
you two.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It just... I had this...
It feels
this
right
bullshit.
somehow. But what you're talking about, Buck?
Right. Well, how about
Else-
we just see how we go, all right? No shame if you duck out, and if you don't, we've had a good laugh.
Well, that's sort of where I was thinking of anyway. Let's go. Actually, wait. It's the morning. Drinking contest at six this evening, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
When's
Thank you.
the Thatch axes? One.
That one will be happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. Well, I suppose we
Oh,
can go
that
around
would be
and see what
excellent.
there is.
You wake up in the morning, hangover, and then you go and sausages.
So, what was that,
Axes.
Sasha? What was that, Sasha? You go and gobble a lot of sausages.
Yep.
Interesting.
I thought you were going to join me in swallowing many sausages.
Oh, I will swallow more sausages.
Oh, we'll
I
see
couldn't
who
finish
swallows
that.
more sausages.
This conversation.
Rook,
My mouth
will you
is
join us
technically
in...
bigger. So
Oh,
I can
sorry,
swallow
what
more
did you
sausage
say?
than a pair of you.
Hey now, that sounds like a challenge. Queglod, get in here. We've got to swallow some sausages.
Oh,
You're
God.
with us, right, Queglod?
Just stands there with arms crossed side.
I don't understand it either, Queglod.
Penis jokes. They're penis jokes. Come on, keep up.
Yes, I got that. But I
Well,
don't
then you understood it. Don't lie. Now, come on, Queglod. Say
lie.
that you'll help us swallow some sausages. Go on,
Oh,
just
Christmas.
once,
No.
please. Once before I die, please.
Once before you die, but not today.
All right. But if next time I die you haven't said it, I'm going to be very annoyed, and I will tell the Raven Queen on you.
That's fair.
You made a promise.
And I do keep my promises, but not today.
To be quite fair, if you
Thank
keep
you.
going how you're going, if Sasha does what you did, you've got a long time before you have to say that.
That is true. Yeah.
Sasha, consider dedicating yourself to the Raven Queen to live long.
Well, I don't really need to. I've got like another 300 odd years left if I play my cards right.
300. What a pathetically low number.
Oh, I'm sorry, bitch. Did you want to talk? Let's see how long your life expectancy is with your damned mother coming to kill you.
Point taken.
She gave birth to you, and she already wants you gone.
Okay, to be fair, that took me a good... 1 second. I forgot how old Elsyan is. A good 150 years to get it to that stage.
150
Actually, how long has the campaign been going, Chris? Like, in-game?
Not like 6 months, I think.
You started
that.
at the beginning of... Or, I believe you started at the beginning, near the beginning of autumn. So, 1, 2, 6... You're about 7 months in.
Okay. Need to think about when my birthday is. We all need to think about when our character's birthdays are.
Okay,
Very
mine's
important
tomorrow.
No.
Mine is
Come
also tomorrow.
How funny that! Mine is also tomorrow.
Hey, Queglod, when's your birthday?
Is Queglod technically supposed to celebrate birthdays anymore, Chris? I don't know what the situation is there.
You can have both.
I
You can
like
have your
your-
birthday and your death day.
I like how Queglod just sort of goes, I don't know. I know when it was, but I don't know if I...
I don't know if I even have one of those anymore.
Oh dear.
Well,
So-
suffice to say, happy
Let's go
birthday
see what
to
the-
us all.
Of course.
Yes.
151 years. Right then. Actually, to be fair, given how long elves age, they probably stop caring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only your 15th decade.
As Rook goes through an existential crisis, realizing that Elsyan's at an age where Rook will never get to.
You
That's
okay
not
there, Rook?
true.
You seem to have got the 1,000-yard stare going. You okay?
I'm thinking about sausages.
Aren't we all?
Oh, yeah.
Right then, let's go
Oh.
see what this festival has to offer, shall we?
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
let's
Also, please, can someone give me some money? I'm so poor.
Don't worry, Sasha. You can have some spending money.
go. Yes, we'll give you pocket
Yay.
money.
Just come to us when you want to buy something, and we might buy it for you.
Or we'll mock
Thanks.
you with it.
Thanks, Dad.
sugar daddies.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Sorry to ruin your character like this, Harlan.
Oh
I know
no!
what
This,
state
this
is like.
is... Look, it's fine. I spend my money saving your damn lives.
Tell you what, here, have
How many
6
copper pieces
platinum.
have you got? Oh, 6 platinum.
I'm
Jeez.
being kind. Mainly because that brings me to a nice, smoother number of 35 platinum rather than the iffy 41. In fact, give me 5 of them back. No, don't. That would be a dick move. You promised yourself you'd stop doing those, Elsyan. But it's Sasha. What do you think, Farnsworth?
I think that... Well, you already pay yourself enough, but a little bit more couldn't hurt.
Fair enough. Congratulations, Sasha. You're keeping that 6 platinum.
Yay! Thank you, Farnsworth.
Wait a minute, that wasn't what you said. Never mind. I'm very confused. Let's go see what this place has to offer.
Fine, I
I'm adding
understand,
the 6 platinum to my
Oh.
to my money.
Oh, Farnsworth, take the festival off. You deserve it.
Elsyan falls catatonic and dies. Okay. Yes, sir. I'll find something to do. Disappears.
Oh, maybe go suck him some stuff. Oh wait, I can't hear him. Fuck.
Don't worry. Yes, Farnsworth has just left. For those of you who for some reason can't see him. It's been 7 months and you can't see him. He's right. Okay, right, yeah, he's not here right now. He just puffs in and out of existence. But still, he's real.
We worry
To
about you,
me.
Elsyan.
I worry about myself too. But not as much as I worry about Sasha.
We all
Did that
worry
come
about Sasha.
deeply. Right, let's go.
Right.
And we're off.
So you're heading out into the festival.
Yes.
Travelling out into the street, you see dwarves and elves alike travelling around and enjoying a good day. You can see dwarves otherwise day drinking, as they do. You can see elves otherwise day drinking, as they do. And
We are an alcoholic race.
yeah, as you proceed to move about the city, you can see individuals cooking food, other individuals with what look to be temporary stalls set up where they're otherwise selling various things. You can hear shouts from crowds, you can hear individuals cheering, singing. You can see a dance off in the distance of various dwarves and elves otherwise dancing with one another in some form or another. You see the large forge in the middle is otherwise, instead of giving off black smoke, giving off strange multicolored smoke as it rises and glitters into the sky above. The sound of clanging and forge working has stopped for the day as people are selling things and shouting out. You can see various individuals trying to sell and bargain as your party steps out into the street, deciding where to go.
You know,
Oh,
looking around at this place, it makes me realize that they're right. Dwarves and elves have a lot more in common than we have that is different. I mean, both of our races are fantastic drinkers, fantastic inventors and creators, like dwarven smithing and elven artistry, and we both live longer than those fucking humans.
Oh, yes. No matter how much we get at each other, at least we aren't fucking human.
Yeah. I don't know. It's nice, I think.
will remember this.
Oh,
Just
shut
pops
up,
on
you
the left.
vampire fuck.
Don't, Sasha.
Okay.
Don't shout that out in the middle of the street, you madman. Never mind the fact that he looks like an archetypal vampire, but shh.
He also looks like he died yesterday, so he's probably not doing very well in terms of the fact that calling him a vampire, people could probably just take as the fact you're calling him that because he looks dead inside.
Well, Sasha, maybe it's exact. I presume we're talking as we're walking.
Speaking
But,
of, I am
maybe
the
it's a-
oldest in the group at 261 years old.
Well,
Age
But
shaming.
you're also a human turned vampire. Like there's nothing good there.
Fair, but I'm still older than you
seriously?
both.
That is
There's
true.
gotta be
That's
someone
the
younger
thought.
than me.
Okay, when were you turned?
Why does it matter?
Well, that just means you've been like that age for that long. You haven't aged. You haven't got maturity.
So what you're telling me is that he's been 8 years old his entire life.
Yes.
wait, what? So anyway, Sasha, stop talking to Sleepy. Go bye.
Yes.
Let him be. And back to the
All right.
philosophical debates of dwarfs and elves. Maybe it's what we have so much in common. That is what divides us the most. I mean, elves are better at almost everything than dwarves.
Need I remind you of how well elven mines have gone?
Need I remind you how well most dwarven mines have gone? You always dig too deep. That's what you do. You always find some demon at the bottom of
that
them.
was one song, and it suddenly became a meme.
Okay, I want to make one thing clear to you. Ormance Ravine? I blame the dwarves. In fact, no, it was you dwarves.
No, that we cannot be blamed for that. That was fucking dragons and the fucking Lord of Death and Hell himself.
Somehow still dwarven fault. I mean...
Need I remind you of your mother?
Okay, you can't... My mother is just one dwarf.
Oh, is she now? That's certainly interesting.
My mother is just one elf. I've been on the alcohol already. I haven't. Sam has. My mother's just one elf, and quite frankly, she didn't start off as an elf, as you already know. She was.
What?
Oh, there's some that the elf got the mask. Yeah. She was sort of chummy with him, let's say, and then betrayed him, and then
Fucking
got
him,
cast
to
down her.
clarify.
Quite frankly, she. Oh, what's the name of this? One of the archdevils is like a cast down from the heavens. And... I can't remember which one it is. Anyway,
Asmodeus?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Wait,
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
Are you saying your mother has fucked both Mask and Asmodeus?
No, I'm not saying she's fucked Asmodeus. She has not been to hell. They wouldn't let her in.
Oh my god. Okay, look, I think we're straying away from the point here. Suffice to say, we both have our good points and our bad points. I think maybe we should focus on helping each other and, dealing with all the shit we're both going through, rather than being antagonistic.
So what you're saying is that elves should craft more steps so that the dwarves can finally reach the top shelf.
And us dwarves will build bigger doorways so you don't hit your pretty little heads.
That sounds like a fair deal to me, Sasha.
God, this is going to be irksome, but we actually probably should try and campaign for more acceptance. Like, this place is upsettingly lovely.
I mean, I've got to say it, as much as I hate saying that you're right, and I want to make it very clear, I'm not saying you are implicitly right in anything else, but yeah, you're probably right.
Now let's go get mind-shatteringly drunk.
Not before the drinking. Don't actually. Fuck it. You're dwarves. You don't know when to stop.
Oh right, sorry. We gotta wait for the contest. Let's fill ourselves up with some good hearty foods that will soak up lots of alcohol.
See if there are any other.
And also go shopping. Retail therapy.
Shopping.
With your 6 platinum.
Elsyan suddenly goes all white girls on this.
Look,
Shopping.
I'm going to find something I like, and then I'm going to just whine at you and cry.
Okay, fine.
Let's go.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
Well then, we just took that over for a good 15 minutes.
That's
All
fine.
right. Sometimes it is nice to have our little chat.
Yeah, I don't mind. You go.
At least this one didn't end with you breaking my bollocks.
That is true.
Yeah, but we've still
Again.
got to do the drinking,
But it's
so...
not over. It's not over yet, big boy.
Let's go.
Right. There's got to be a festival market. There always is, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all around you. People are just selling things in the streets. People are buying, selling, drinking, partying. People are enjoying themselves.
Let's go for the full the full lap around, and then see if we can't see anything that strikes our fancy.
All right.
If that's okay with everyone, I mean.
Yeah.
We're back to get the alcohol. Oh my god, sorry.
I heard like alcohol at the end of that, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. As
That
soon as
about
we're
sums
back
up
to
your
get the
day today, by
alcohol-
the sounds of it. Malcolm,
Hmm?
were you listening to any of them? What they said? I'll take that as a no. Are you
I
okay with
got-
doing a lap around Golodon and to see what there is and stuff like that?
Sure.
Okay. I would like
Adventure!
Elsyan or Sasha, as the two of you are this, to roll me an investigation check.
Sasha, do you want to bother?
Or perception check.
No, I will provide you with advantage if you like.
Go for it. So, as you take the time wandering around town, looking for various things.
Which one's perception? Just bear with me.
Okay.
It is my investigation check, so that's a 26, Chris.
Alrighty. Looking around town, you discover a lot of various things. What way would you like to start? You're slightly south of the centre, so would you like to work your way outwards and then go clockwise or anti-clockwise, or how would you like to roughly go? If you want, I can draw you a quick circle and then let you.
Yeah, if you could draw like a quick map of like the structure of the city.
I still cannot see this, but I think it's always best if we mark a system which will lead us back to the cursed axe.
There's roughly it's roughly a city similar to this.
Yeah.
And you are currently here.
Let's. Well, I suppose we go. Because is there like the festival happening in all over the town,
Yes,
or is it like centered in the?
It's mostly happening around. It gets more dense around the center, but there still might be interesting things around the outside because people might want to separate themselves from the crowds.
Well, let's go see what the. Yes, let's go see what's out in the outer parts of the city, then work our way in.
Okay.
Sounds good to
Alright,
everyone else?
Sounds good.
So something along the lines
Yeah.
of then corkscrew in. Go through
Effectively,
that.
yeah.
That way,
And eventually end up
tavern.
back at the cursor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, starting by going to the outer reaches of town, you travel southward. Heading to the outer side of heading to the south side of town. Okay, heading to the south side of town, you spot the thing, the place you were told about before. No, a shop labelled Socket. You can see there is a guard standing outside, and you recognise it, and you were otherwise told that this is a gem store or a jewellery store. You see it's in place. It is a standard. It looks like a standard store from the outside, but it has no windows. From the outside, just a basic door and a guard standing duty there.
Well, I'm curious. Blacked out windows in a store.
And they're not blacked out; they just don't exist.
Absolutely feels like a kink thing.
This is okay. This is either a kink thing or magic items. They don't want people just looking into and going, "Yes, I'm going to nick that," then planning to nick it.
Oh,
we're going
both
to
are
do.
very good. Let's have a go. Adventure.
Adventure! Let's just take this over,
Adventure!
Sasha.
Heading inside,
Go on, Rook.
you
Okay, go
travel
on.
through the door. The guard otherwise
oh,
looks
well.
at you all as you enter, but otherwise doesn't stop you.
Oh, there's a guard. Oh, is he like a fancy guard or is he like a bouncer guard?
He's a fancy guard. He is one of the.
Oh, it's
he is one of the
magic
city.
items.
He's one of the city guards.
Ah, there goes my dreams of walking out into a fucking BDSM club and being like, "Where's the? I heard there were puppies. Where are the puppies?" And then get everyone to explain, and I'm like, "Oh, good God, no."
Quite frankly, most of the party would probably join you at. Seriously, where are the puppies? We want puppies.
I would like
That's not a
puppies.
puppy. That's a man dressed up as a puppy. We need puppies.
Yeah, we need actual puppies like the big puppy on the mountain.
No,
Mhm.
that's a werewolf, and quite frankly, I think his existence is illegal. Which actually, thinking about it, needs to be corrected. But still,
No, I think you're. Wait, are you talking about the one in the Sunkist Mountains, the
Yep,
super murder pup?
the super big puppy.
Oh yeah, oh that's a bad puppy.
Okay.
Anyway,
Very good
let's
point.
go inside.
Inside, you see the basic interior for a jeweler's store. They seem to specialize in certain specific rocks, and by the looks of it, you see a rather old-looking dwarf, long beard, will look to be several cut gems in the shapes of discs that otherwise hang in the beard plaits. It is a greyish hair. You see that the top of his head, where he would usually have quite a bit of hair, is otherwise shaved bald. The clothes that he wears seem to be, a little bit of a basic kind of padded armor, but otherwise nothing else in particular. As he sits there with an eyeglass, kind of looking at a gemstone as he otherwise tinks away at it, and seems to be cutting it. Looking around the store itself, nothing is on display. You only see what look to be large rocks that are, like large bits of amethyst, which probably stand about 1.5 feet tall, that are just on decoration on various small display tables. But no small things, no bits of jewellery, no nothing. Wander in. Oh, visitors! Good, good. This early in the morning too. How can I help?
Well, we noticed that your store was quite unique looking in its
Simplicity.
and it's well, we were intrigued.
You're the
Might we ask a
adventuring
little
type.
bit about it? Oh,
Yes.
indeed.
Perhaps explain that, Gately.
This is my shop known as Socket. Name is Varglestone. I'm the brother of Kern Stonemender. I'm sure you know who he is if you've been in town a short while.
Do I know who that is?
Yeah. Do we know who that is?
You gonna ask him? You haven't heard the name before.
Sorry, I
no idea who it is.
I'm afraid
Yeah.
we only just came into town. Who?
Oh, he's the one in charge around here. Name goes also by the title The Living Fortress.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Right, yes, no, got him. Yep.
So you do know him. He doesn't like giving his name out. He prefers his title. But, leave him to
One
us.
of those types.
Yeah, never understood it. Didn't like being called Kern. Not entirely sure why. But
Yeah,
regardless,
each their own.
yes, this is my shop. I get the gems from the south, and I otherwise work on putting them in jewellery. Got any intrigue in that? A little bit of tinkering from here
special?
on the side. I don't do too much custom work, but if you want to put an order in, I can see if I can
I'm
get
gonna
around
point at the empty socket on my armor. Anything you could do about that, maybe?
Looking for something expensive. I'm aware that magic and enchantments use particular kinds of gems. There's ones that we keep here. I specialize particularly in magic-based
If I were
crystals.
to supply the gem, would you be up to
Cutting it?
just crafting it?
That's
Yeah.
fine, yes. If you supply the gem, I can cut it to the right size. Take the dimensions, I can get that done within the day, if you're interested.
How much would this be? And I hold out the fire opal.
Those usually go for a cut price of around 1,000 gold, given that it could be cut to specific sizes. Say 50 gold, shouldn't be too bad for cutting it.
All right. 50 gold it is.
Alright,
In your pocket
hand over-
money.
I hand over 5 platinum.
thank you
I
kindly.
have enough for this.
He stands up and kind of walks around the table and otherwise kind of takes a small measuring ruler and otherwise goes, right, takes down dimensions. Do you want any particular, just to fit in it, or are you looking for it to be more decorated? If you're looking for it to be more
Well-
decorated, it'll cost a little bit more, but
Well, let's see. I don't suppose... What sort of decorations would you be able to pull off?
simple carvings, names, runes, something like that. Anything a tattooist could do.
I show him a picture of a Turan symbol. Can you carve this?
I can, yes. That kind of thing shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. He takes down a quick drawing. Yes, that'll do. I'll see what I can do.
Right. How much more?
Given you're wanting a particular runate, I'll say 20 gold.
Righto. Thank you very much. I hand over 7 platinum pieces.
7.
Total.
You had
All together. Yes, that's the total.
I gave you 6.
I had 2 left. 2 still.
You
was
told me
holding
you were
out.
broke.
To us, 20 gold is broke.
Fair point, but still, I'm hurt.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ow.
oh, I'm sorry. Are you coughing and dying
you okay,
there?
you okay there? Sudz?
Actually coughing and it hurt.
It's actual coughing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
sorry. That sounded like the world's most like
And
pointed
then there's Bern.
cough. Oh.
I'm fine.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Eeyore.
Not
Right.
my-
I mean, I've got a lot of gems to sell, but but it's kind of more important we have some of them on us.
If you're looking to sell gems, I can take some off your hands. I work in selling as well as buying.
Oh,
way around.
well, I have 2. Okay, can I just sell them at their base price, or am I gonna have to haggle?
Base price is fine.
Okay. So I've got 2 pearls, 2 spinal, 1 chrysler barrel, and 1 jet. Each of them are 100 GP, so that's 600 altogether.
That's fine.
A black pearl and a peridot, which are 500 GP.
Yep.
I'm keeping the one 500 GP diamond I've got on me.
Mhm.
And I'll. You know what? I'll take back the black pearl, so that's 11,000 right now, and then
Mhm.
throw in a jade and a garnet.
Both of which are 300.
And an amber, which is 300. So altogether, 14,000 gold. No,
1,400.
1,400.
1,400.
yeah, 1,400. Sorry, my brain went a bit
No,
funky.
that's fine. So add 140 platinum to your inventory and take those out.
And then suddenly he's richer than me. Damn.
there.
Sasha, you little
Uh-huh.
shit.
Oh, don't worry.
I want my 6 platinum back.
All right.
Yes, I'm being that petty. And
Oh, tell you what.
sir, also,
If you win the competition, you can have it.
it's my money.
With it compound interest.
So much.
Yeah, you'll get
compound
3
interest.
minutes of compound interest. It's fine.
Oh,
You
oh,
were
a
saying,
couple hours.
sir?
Yes. Suppose. Do you want a blood crystal? Or would you like a blood crystal? I seem to
What?
have one just knocking about in my bag.
What exactly is a blood crystal?
I'm not
there's
entirely sure
bloodstone.
myself. I've got bloodstone. I've got it written down in my. Pulls out a notepad. Yes, definitely says blood crystal. I think bloodstone is. I think it's just me writing down blood crystal instead of bloodstone because I'm a moron.
No, you're not.
No
As
blood
you-
crystal is a thing.
As you take it out, you remember that's from the Vamplant fight.
Yep.
Why do
Uh,
I still have this?
Those
Oh,
are
what?
remind me, Queglod, those are 100 GP catalysts for enchanting, I believe.
Because
I know you got because you got all of the holds and he had 6, and that gave you 600 GP of enchanting materials. So it's 100 GP's worth of enchanting materials. It has no other purpose.
Well,
Might be
I'll sell
very
that then.
pretty though.
It is pretty.
I'll sell that. And
Okay.
sell 100 GP.
Yep, he takes it for 100 GP.
Thank you.
Well, is there anything else
Does-
you want?
does it-
Particular jewellery to make yourselves look nicer, or anything else?
Well,
I-
seeing as I've got money now,
I already look fabulous.
he does already look fabulous, as you can tell. Hmm.
You were saying,
I
sir?
don't
Looks
suppose-
at Malcom.
I take out the fire gem from Lighthouse. Do you have any other gems that are sort of like this one?
Oh, enchanted sockets. I believe I do have a few, yes.
Do you have any that are a different color than that. I plan to try and get them enchanted with sort of the same as this one, but with different purposes.
Are you inferring as empty ones, which will be enchanted, or pre-enchanted ones?
I don't know. Would it be easy to find an enchantment like that one?
That one in particular was made by Suhaba, so you'd probably have to ask him to do something similar.
Okay. So empty ones.
Empty, right. Something like that. It'll be a simple vessel, 300 gold per.
Okay.
How many are you after? And what particular stone? I don't know if I'd have a lot that size.
Let's see, I'd want. Two?
Two?
I'm just thinking real quick.
You said you were interested in purchasing potentially more? Looking at you, Sasha.
Oh, yes. I was wondering whether you happened to have any
I'll be right back.
any fire well, any gems that were particularly fire based, such as a fire ruby or something, or a jacinth, something like that.
Similar to your fire opal, but not quite as glamorous?
Well, I'm not so much concerned about the look as I am concerned about the stone itself. Magical reasons more than anything. Hence why I have the fire opal in the first place. But
I understand.
it is what it is.
Let's see. Jacinth is a rather expensive. I only have the one cut in stock, and it is 5,000 gold. Fire Ruby
Not
2.
unexpected.
Fire Ruby 2, same kind of thing. That is also 5,000. It is a very expensive one. The Fire Opal itself is otherwise 1,000. That's a little bit more doable price-wise. Anything cheaper than that, there isn't that much, I'm afraid. There's Fire Quartz, but it doesn't have the same kind of tone.
Understandable. Well, that's a little bit out of my price range for the moment, but thank you anyhow. Right, I'll be back tomorrow or later on today.
Tomorrow works best.
Opal. Tomorrow for the Opal then.
Yes.
Thank you very much for all your help.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
Anyone else looking for something?
Not overly, I'll be honest. I'm just gonna browse. Oh, does he have anything out?
He has display crystals, things like standing amethysts and stuff like that, but no jewelry.
Okay. Do you have any jewelry of a magical persuasion?
I have a few. Depending on what you're looking for. Are you looking for coloured sets, or are you looking for just useful sets?
Mainly useful things, I'll be honest. Although if they look good as well, that's a added bonus.
Let's see. He, in that moment, he goes, "I'll go and fetch them. You just wait right here." Wanders out back.
Everyone steal the gems and leave. No, don't.
Oh no, I absolutely feel like he'd kill us.
No, I'm not scared of him. I'm scared of his brother.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Hey,
Right.
I gained 5 levels since we've begun.
How?
It's
been a day.
Behold, my AC of 3 million.
Watch as I gain 5 levels in Sorcerer overnight. He comes back out from out back with what looks to be a small box. I have a few rings, ones which look particularly interesting and, well, they might catch your eye. I have This one, he places what looks to be a rather gorgeous gold ring on the table. You see embedded in the surface of it what looks to be a sapphire, with small flecks of it otherwise cut out, making a shape of a strange rune or symbol on the surface of it. It is of a magical persuasion. This is a ring of resistance, more specialized towards the more punching abilities, the effects of a tremendous force or devastating magic. Resistance to force damage.
Yeah. Interesting.
I have this one. This one is a little bit more on the pricey side, but it could come in handy. This you see what looks to be a platinum band wrapping round in almost chain links wrapping around one another, and a very beautiful bit of cut diamond in the shape of a rectangle, with small flakes of what look to be imbued crystal on the inside. It's been specially grown for this. This is a ring of free movement. With it, you won't suffer any ills of magic that would slow you down or cause you pain or discomfort to hold you in place. While attuned to this ring, you do not suffer any problems from difficult terrain. In addition, magic can neither reduce your speed nor cause you be paralyzed or the restrained condition.
Ooh, that's tempting. Although, I'm gonna wait for him to finish and try to sell the rest of the stuff he's brought out before Elsyan makes any comment on the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Other than and let's see.
Yes. And finally, I have this one. This one is a rather expensive one, but it could come in useful for you. You see, again, a very, not as beautiful, but a slightly dulled platinum. But you see set in it a very radiant sapphire with a slight purplish hue behind it and several little bits of specks embedded in it. Along the outer rim of both sides of the rings are tiny amethysts embedded and studded around the outside, and along the actual band itself, on either side of that main crystal, are two smaller crystals, or two on each side, so 4 total. This is a particularly rare find. This one is one that my brother brought in after a little adventure he took to the north. This is a ring of shooting stars.
Oh.
Oh!
Elsyan trying very hard to keep his excitement down.
Such a ring can do several things. The smaller bits of it allow you to create small bits of poofs of stardust, which allow you to mark your enemies and allow you to see them better. Another, for expending a bit more energy, creates a number of spheres of lightning, which otherwise rotate and crackle, causing creatures within the area to otherwise take a little bit of damage here and there. The damage itself varies from sphere to sphere, but and the number of them makes it obviously much stronger, but it's certainly something. And finally, by expending quite a lot, you can shoot stars out of the central gem. Stars themselves causing some significant damage.
And would this be like it has a finite number of charges, or
It
once
regains a
expended,
few at dawn, or at midnight, I should
Right.
say, but it has a restricted number.
Right, understand.
Okay, so effectively a restricted number per dawn or per day.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
How much would this cost?
I'm talking, Sasha.
I am also
Are you
talking
looking at the
Elsyan.
ring of shooting stars?
Of course I'm looking at the Ring of Shooting Stars. You built up the Ring of Shooting Stars, showing me these two fairly acceptable rings, and then that.
It might be a bit out of your pocket, but it's 34,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I can see why you say that would be a little bit out of our pockets. Ah, well. I don't suppose you've got any, like, incredibly important quests you want us to go on instead of money, right?
Ooh, bring back Asmodeus's head.
Okay, you
Yeah,
laugh, but
where
we
can I
will
find
try it.
Who are they and where can we find them?
Bottom level of hell.
Lord of the Ninth Circle of Hell.
Wait a
and
minute.
Earl of
Yeah.
Hell.
Oh, we
Wait a
have
minute,
to
guys,
go to
guys,
the Plains of Hell anyway.
Guys, we can't go to hell.
Why?
Because that's
You
where
know
the-
who's in hell.
Oh, right, your mother.
No.
No, not her.
The Prince of Blood.
Oh, the princess.
Princess.
Yes, the princess of hemophilia.
Yeah,
Princess Dickwiggle, yes.
Princess Butterfly. She's
If you were
flying
looking
around
at
with
the
her...
If you were looking at the other rings, they go for a little bit more of a respectable price.
Oh, so you admit that that price is fucking absurd, just so we're clear.
It's an exceptionally rare ring, one that I've
I-
only
I-
seen
I-
a few of time.
I fully understand that. I understand the concept of rare items, or
Yes.
very rare items.
the ring of freedom of movement it's more expensive than the resistance one. It currently stands at about 3,500 gold. The resistance one, being a more intricate one but not having as much use, runs about 2,000 gold.
Yeesh.
Oh, well, I mean,
Yeesh.
that's not terrible. I mean, you could buy that if you wanted.
Yeah, but that's most of my platinum, because I don't hoard money like some people do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I try, but I never seem to get anywhere with it.
See, the
still
thing is,
want
I
the
don't
belt.
think to
was
pick
having-
anything. I don't think to
I
pick
was-
anything up after a combat or anything, so I just go, fuck it, I'll leave. And I
I
leave
mean-
with nothing extra from that combat.
I mean, I don't pick up anything from combat either. I just, make money.
We should loot more bodies.
Well, the thing is, I do, and then I give it to people. Like a fucking idiot.
Hey, you're not an idiot. You're a very smart Minotaur, and we love you very much.
Sasha, I still want that 6 platinum back. By the way, just thought about this, wanted 7 platinum. Interest, you say?
That
Going
is
back-
not happening, and you will, and as I said before, beat me in the drinking contest without cheating, and you can have it all back.
I'm not going to cheat this time. At least not by making you drink too quickly.
All right. Anyhow, well, we shall see. Well, we don't have the money right now, but we will see by the end of the festival.
I'll ruminate on that. No.
We're gonna make money at the festival?
But there's usually gambling things of some sort, and
Oh, you know that's
prizes
not a...
to be won. And also, most importantly, generally wherever we go, there tends to be something going on that we can help out with.
It is oddly convenient that. It's almost as if we're
Yes.
protagonists in a story of some kind.
No, don't be.
He
Are
says
we
that
not-
not
No,
knowing
obviously
about
not.
he says that not knowing about the potentially hundreds of quests you've missed because you haven't gone when I thought you'd go. And then I've just had them occur on their own.
That's fair.
Why have you done that? That just feels like extra work for you for no reason.
Why?
It's just...
Most DMs like recycle their.
I do.
Yeah,
I just make them stronger. You
Yeah,
go deal
fair.
with a band of orcs, and the band of orcs doesn't get dealt with by other adventurers. They get stronger. They kill the other adventurers that come for them. They collect the loot, and suddenly their leader's a
Okay,
big
you're-
powerhouse who's 10th
you
level.
complicated the entire thing. Anyway.
Hello.
Hey. Do 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 do
Here we
do
return.
do 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 do.
Right. Fuck
BT
BT again. They're a wonderful service.
Oh,
I swear. All right, so
I've been taken to placating BT instead.
I hate them. So Malcolm, you wanted which colours?
I wanted 4. I just realized I need 4.
So 1,200 gold.
Yes, and I'd like to get a white one, a green one, a blue one, and a yellow one.
Okay.
Wait, what's going on? I'm confused.
Oh right, server should have gone down. Forgot about that. I need to restart the server when there's a disconnect. Okay. So you speak to him. Let's see which ones he has. He has a white one's fairly easy to do. The green one's easy to do. What were the other two?
Blue and yellow.
Blue one he doesn't have. Yellow one he doesn't have. So
And okay. I have to find something else then.
got white and green.
And that was
Hey, it's more than nothing.
Server's back up. So, so you finish up, I believe, unless there was anything else you wanted to buy, Malcolm.
no. I just wanted to get those. If he doesn't have the other two, I'll have to go somewhere else and find them.
Okay, that's 600 gold. You head back out
Yep.
into the streets. You continue round on your little venture, heading round the outside of the city. As you continue on round, just making your way around, you see various like small areas, individuals seemingly just going about their business. Not many shops on the southwestern side of town, as you just make your way around. But as you reach the western side of town, you see a what looks to be a large scrap heap. Just on the inside of the walls, you can see there's a large metal fence around the outside, with bits of spikes and wire wrapping around the top of it, and you can see a kind of a shed has been erected here.
I mean, we're going inside the shed, right?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. To the shed!
No.
You head inside of the shed. You kind of open the door. You hear a ding-a-ling-a-ling of the bell above, and as you head in, you hear the sound of things moving. Things moving out back, like bits of metal and plate being put down. You hear something fall over as you enter into the store. You get taking in the interior. It's not the most clean place. The floor is made from old wood, bits of floorboards, or otherwise some of it's pulling up. You can see that the roof has what looks to be 2 umbrellas stuck in holes. And you otherwise see various kind of around on some shelves are bits of metal in like springs. Some is just bits of ingots, nails, old daggers, all manner of things. Before you hear footsteps, you watch as the back door kind of just flings open, and you see walking in what looks to be a male snow leopard tabaxi, with a speckled white coat as he wanders in. Guests! Right.
Hello.
Hello.
He rushes
Do
up
you have
to
wares? Do we have coin?
He rushes up to you, Sasha, as you say the first word, and he's like, Yes, I have plenty of things. Yes, to answer your question, Elf, I have plenty of things. What would you like? Scrap metal, sheets, ingots, weapons, screws, nails,
Oh, yes.
bolts.
Okay, yes. He's the guy that sells random scrap materials, isn't he?
You know me? I haven't seen your
Yes,
face
sorry.
before.
I've just did I've recently done a course in smithing, and they said for materials I should come to you.
Ah, yes.
Sell them cheap and sell them good, I hope.
Yes, bits of scrap, anything you need. The name's Gonk.
Gonk.
I love him.
G-O-N-K.
Gonk.
Gonk.
I can tell you anything you need, as long as it's made of metal and it's not magical. It's scrap, I got it.
Tell you what, I need some. That's good. Start off with some iron. Yeah, I would like some scrap iron.
How much?
If you got it. Enough to make something. I don't really know.
What's something? Longsword, short
Give
sword,
him a-
dagger, arrows, nails,
uh,
horseshoes. Keeps cutting you off every time you try and suggest something.
Fuck my life. Just get a couple of ingots. We can work with that.
Ingots.
Yeah,
How many?
a couple ingot brush.
2?
3. Make it 3.
3. Expensive. You watch
Sorry,
as he.
what?
You
Huh.
what?
I
You watch
hope
as
his
he.
version of expensive is not that expensive.
You watch as he rushes off and soon returns as you hear. As he rushes in with a small sack, he puts it on the table. Brings out 3 iron ingots, regular, decent quality. They aren't like pure iron. They have a little bit of like impurity in them, but they are otherwise good quality. 30 gold.
30 gold? Fuck it. I'm not. Wait a minute. 30 gold. Surely 20 will do you fine.
No. 30 gold
25?
is the average price for this. What else you gonna buy for 25? With 25,
I was thinking.
I can
Right.
reduce the price if you buy more things.
Elsyan's everyone sees just Elsyan just go. That's not how this sort of thing works. More things cost more money. This is all going on inside his head. That's not how this works. Okay, but fine. What scrap would I have to buy to get it down to 25?
Oh, it wouldn't. It would knock the ingots down to 25. You'd buy the scrap separately. That's
Oh,
part of this.
right. Can't I just buy the ingots for 25?
30.
25.
30.
You okay?
26.
Elsyan,
Sasha?
you're not.
Sasha?
Oh.
Sasha?
32.
Okay.
This is not how this works.
I think so. 30 was a fine price to begin with.
Oh, I don't know. Apparently, it's not good enough. And he scoops them back into the sack.
Oh, can I just tell you, Gonk? I like you so much.
Fine.
I'll do
32.
I'll do 32. Excellent. He places them on the table. 32
Fucking
gold.
played.
Chris, out of
Place it on the
character,
table.
what's the next metal that I need for my axe?
What is it currently?
Dark steel? Black steel? Whichever one's the highest exempted.
I believe you need Prill.
Is it mithril? Oh.
Hold on, let me check.
I mean, I really hope he just happens to have some fucking mithril right now.
I'm thinking, if anything, like maybe some.
Does the
bits of-
Tabaxi have wares if we have coins?
Does. Whether he has the wares you want is another matter.
Fucking Khajiit. I mean Tabaxi.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Yeah, no. I think everybody was.
That's why I
Oh,
made the
good.
joke.
After Black Steel comes Arcanium. And
Oh, what the
then
hell is that?
Mithril.
Okay.
Arcanium is magically imbued steel, effectively. It's not easy to get your hands on that kind of stuff. It's more of a crystal mineral than it is a metal, but works the same way.
Right, so I need to find a source of arcanium to upgrade my axe.
Awesome
never
mithril.
No, I have
Mithril's
to
the
do
one
it.
up above that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've got
Does he
the
have?
arcanium
Does he have
first.
to go through it step by step?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never upgrading my axe then. So that.
We'll find you some Arcanium.
Well, it's this. Yeah, nah, it's fine. All right. Okay, so you have your ingots. I will happily help you make things with them.
Is that all you're after?
Anyone else? Sasha, you got any projects in mind? Maybe some more shields that no one will buy.
I'll take
Ha ha,
shields.
very. I don't worry. I was wondering what metals do you have available to you?
Mostly iron, that's what we get around here. Being part of the iron.
I thought so, but you seem like you're a fairly well-stocked individual, so I thought I'd ask.
Roll me a persuasion check. What's rolling for you?
Okay, guess roll me a persuasion check
2.
with a +5.
What are you after? I'll see if I've got it.
Well, I'm interested in some of the more rarer metals and trinkets.
Such as?
Well, anything more better than dark steel would be perfect. But in terms of any trinkets or little mechanisms you have, I'd be more than happy with to have a look at anything to see if it interests me.
He looks around the rest of you. For 25 gold, I can tell you what expensive stuff I have. But the elf doesn't get to know.
Fuck's sake.
Elsyan is still really confused at that. He's sort of gone to the door because he can't quite take it anymore.
25 gold?
25 gold?
All right, 25 gold. I hand over 25 gold.
He watches there's a
Once
grin,
they've all left.
and he zooms off.
You just got mugged.
He zooms off, you wait a few moments, you're otherwise standing in the shed. Who's staying here? It's only Elsyan who's not allowed to know.
I'm staying. Just 'cause I'm
Bastard.
intrigued.
Why can't I
I
know?
will stay then.
Okay.
Oh.
The Elsyan stands outside, the rest of you stay in there. As
Goes in.
I just tried to haggle in a shop. That's like Elsyan's first proper try at it. Just got shat on.
So, as you wait, you hear the as he runs back, bursts through the door with what looks to be a wooden box, and he places it down. You watch as he opens the lid, kind of peeks over the top of it. I have the. He spins it around, and you see inside are tiny nuggets of arcanium. Tiny nuggets. They will not be enough to make an ingot, but they are tiny nuggets of the stuff. They could be used in enchanting, they could be used in base coating stuff with arcanium, or you could save them up and use them for full coat or for full coating later.
How much?
Nuggets of shiny rocks are expensive, but doable. I'll say 30 gold per.
How many are there, Chris?
3.
You've got a deal.
He
I
grins
take
and
all of them.
he scoops the shiny rocks and he places them in front of you, takes the gold from you. Very well. I get to keep the box. Snaps it shut and slides
Of
it back
course.
towards him.
Arcanium.
And another thing. And
Hmm?
he places a key onto the table.
Oh. What's this?
This is a metal I don't quite know. All I know is that it's stronger than most metals.
I'm going to observe this key and use my keen dwarven knowledge to identify it.
You take it up and you begin to kind of examine
Also, I'm a smith. I absolutely should know what this is.
it. You do indeed. I need to quickly check which one this was again.
If we find it's a key to like a secret mine of adamantine or something like that, how fun would that be?
This is Xandrox, which is this world's equivalent of Magnox. Or, yeah, this world's equivalent of Magnox from IRL.
Jesus. That is one of the ones we haven't encountered yet,
What
isn't
is
it?
that?
Magnox is an alloy. It is mainly magnesium with small quantities of aluminium and the other alloys, used in cladding enriched uranium metal fuel with non-oxidizing covering containing fission products in nuclear reactors. In other words, this stuff is nuclear proof.
Yeah, okay.
Get
Interesting.
atom bombed with it.
It limits the maximum temperature to above 415 Celsius, and hence the thermal efficiency of the plant. It reacts with water, preventing long-term shortage of spent fuel underwater in spent fuel pools. In other words, it will protect against a lot of heat and will be very effective against radiation. But it is a key, which is peculiar.
Now that is interesting.
It is
I'm
indeed.
I don't think
suppose
I've
you
ever.
happen to know what the key is for, do you?
Nope. Somebody threw it away. I collect thrown away things, you see.
I see, yes.
Well, how
Is
much
that potentially
for the
something
key?
you could find out if we bought it?
I don't know where it goes. If you find out where it goes, you're welcome to keep what goes with it, as long as you're willing to share it with me. Otherwise, 100 gold.
Well, I'm more than willing to share whatever we find, if we find anything. But 100 gold? How does that sound, everyone?
Sure.
I'd be perfectly willing to get that. I'd be quite interested to see where this leads.
Yeah, likewise.
There, I hand over 10 platinum or 100 gold, whichever makes him happier.
He scoops it and he gives you the key. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Skunk. It's been a pleasure.
Oh,
Right, I'm off to go deal with that rude elf.
yes, please do. Take care.
Rude? I just tried to.
Look, you gotta know how to work with them, all right?
I understand.
I would like to apologize.
We've got any catnip.
He, as you kind of turn to deal with Elsyan, there is one more thing.
I turn around.
But this one I know is very rare and potentially very useful.
Well,
Do you
certainly
interested?
making it-
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
He reaches into the bag. You watches his arm goes all the way in, which leads you to believe it's a bag of holding. As he pulls out a sheath and places it on the table. You watch as he pulls out what looks to be the hilt of a short sword. You see the blade is otherwise broken and shattered in one place, and he places it in front of you. You don't recognize the metal.
Huh.
It is a strange silver with a little bit of yellow and blue mixed in. It's very beautiful, and it's kept its condition very well. Queglod, you sense a very faint magical presence. This used to be magical.
I don't recognize that metal. Do you know what it is?
I do. It's called bricks.
Bricks.
I mean, I'm not making the joke that's right there, Chris.
What? What my head hurts. What joke?
That's
Poor
not made of
Ozzy.
brick. It's made of metal.
Oh, okay.
It's called bricks. Do you want
Okay.
it? Broken blade isn't of much use, but the metal is rare.
I
200
can't
gold.
say I'm not interested, but it is broken, and unless you know where I might find the other part of it,
Gonk has been looking, but unable to find it. It's not in city anyway.
How much is it?
200 gold.
Okay, I'll buy it.
Hmm.
I have an idea.
Pass across 200 gold. He slides you the hilt.
I'll
Malcolm,
pick
have
up.
you got the Thank you.
I'll pick it up.
You pick it up. Very well. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Unless
Thank
you
you
want
very much,
more,
Gonk.
of course.
Thank you. No, that is it. Thank you.
Very well. Take care. He gives a little bit of a wave before he goes out back again, and you can hear him messing with Scrap. Okay.
Wow, he really showed Elsyan.
You
Sorry,
don't have to
correct
tell
me if
me
I'm
twice.
wrong. Isn't bricks one of the ones that we've not actually encountered yet?
Correct.
Like, as in, it could be better than adamantine, frankly.
No. Bricks is weaker than adamantine. Definitely.
Okay, but it's
Um,
somewhere
Oh.
in that weird mix.
Bricks is our world's equivalent of tungsten.
Okay.
Ooh.
Drop it from space. Kinetic bomb.
However, what you
Sorry.
I will say, for the purposes of either looking it up or some happenstance of remembering from forging, one of you smiths in the party, there's 4 of you, I'm sure that one of you would remember. Bricks, when fully made into a weapon, it hardens and is particularly powerful against summoned creatures, or creatures that live in other planes of existence naturally.
Interesting.
But the nature of this hilt means that it otherwise stands alone. It needs a partner. Potentially the rest of the blade, depending on how many shards there are, you don't know. All you know is that it's currently a dead end.
I could look into that, maybe. If I was able to
Mm.
detect the magic aura, but it might take some time. And I feel like we have a lot of goals as a party at the moment.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But this is very useful, because if this is a sword that is specifically useful against creatures from different planes, and we're going up against a creature from a different plane,
Yeah, that property of being useful against creatures from different planes, is that something that Rook's axe could absorb?
Potentially.
Mm.
I will say, due to the nature of what's happened. Queglod, are you in the server?
I am, yes.
Could you
I'm
roll
going to
me
have
an
to head off for a soon, by the
That's
way,
fine. This will be the
this is-
final check of the day. So
Cool.
intelligence check.
Well,
Lucky?
no, because lucky, yes.
Hey.
Hey.
Better. You've seen one source of bricks before. You think back, you look at the metal.
Yeah.
There is a particular short sword that is designed and made of bricks.
is it fucking law?
No. It's
Oh, thank God.
Fangs.
Oh.
Oh.
Bricks
Oh.
has the magical ability and the natural tendencies to absorb magic that would affect other planes of existence. Being able to cut into other planes of existence is difficult and, at the very best thing, an extremely rare thing to be able to do. With bricks, you could, if you were to find a way to fully disenchant the blade itself and take what there is left of the bricks in here, you could make something for planar travel.
Oh.
There are plenty of uses for this. It's
okay.
just down to the imagination, but it specializes in non-material plane effects.
Oh, baby.
Hmm.
So there are a lot of uses for this. but that's the only other source that you've otherwise seen. So, as our party realizes this, as they talk and wander a little bit further around the outside of town, the party is beginning to enjoy the festival, seeing sights, buying and browsing various wares, meeting shopkeepers who live around town, as well as seeing the sights. As they begin to get closer to the northern side of town, it begins to get busier. More people are lying in wait around here, and people are actively doing more around this particular area. As we will end it there, and our party will proceed to enjoy the rest of the festival and other events next week. So, thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, remember fuck BT, and bye bye.
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 Bye.